praise you for that. Thank you, Lord, for what you've done for us through this great birth that took place some 2,000 years ago. We just ask you to continue to be with your people. Heavenly Father, we ask you to be with the employees of the courthouse, our first responders, and be with our county, Lord. Just help us to grow and make the right decisions. Now, Lord, we ask you to be with each of us and guide us into the decisions that we make. Lord, that they will prosper our county and we can go forth and be glad in it. Now, Heavenly Father, bless each one is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
See the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna change the agenda around just a little bit.
No, actually, you don't have the 1 o'clock.
What?
You don't have the 1 o'clock.
Yes, oh, okay. So, Mr. Hardy,
Yes, sir.
do you have something to say to us? You wanted to talk about the War Memorial?
Sure.
We're going to talk about Frosty Snowman.
Well, I mean, I don't have all day, so I'm sure you guys don't either. The War Memorial, I've had some preliminary discussions with you gentlemen and Lauren and Luke about the memorial in front of the courthouse. I think that the goal is to replace the existing memorial, which was originally put in place for the city of Kaiser. It was actually over by the old fire hall and moved to the courthouse in 1969 when the fire department took over the property where it was located. Originally, or as it stands now, it represents veterans who died in World War I, through the Vietnam War, that were from the Kaiser area. There are a couple guys on there from McCool, because the memorial was originally paid for and fundraised by the McCool VFW. And it was placed there when Memorial Bridge, the old bridge, was originally put in. So connected the communities more or less, and that's why you have Kaiser, New Creek, Burlington on there with some guys from McCool. There are a few names added over the years, but I think right now they're only 1 or 2 from Piedmont. There's a couple guys from Ridgely, Fort Ashby area, but for the most part, it's short about 70 names if you're going to represent the whole county. So we want to replace the existing memorial with a memorial that represents the entire county. And like to get together with the other veterans organizations. I'm part of the American Legion in Kaiser and the Kaiser VFW, but we want to get involved with the other veterans organizations in Ridgely and Fort Ashby and make sure they have a voice on whatever committee we put together, and make sure that we do include all their people and that they want to make sure our list is correct. We want to get a good solid list of who should be on there and what the parameters are to make you qualified to be on that wall, and have a little memorial plaza there as well. Everything's preliminary. We don't have haven't done any planning or anything like that. I do have a pretty definitive list of names, but just the other day, I found another name that I wasn't aware of, so I'm researching that gentleman right now. So they pop up unfortunately every once in a while, and I become aware of other names that should probably be on that wall when it's been finished.
So I had got some preliminary pricing on the wall, and then I was talking to them at the last meeting, and that's why we were like, well, let's get you back involved, and maybe what would your thoughts be on, instead of doing the wall, taking the wall out, and there's going to be, in theory, there's going to be a large concrete plaza outside the main entrance, and doing something more like a statue that has, you know, a large surf base on the bottom that would have all the names. So what would be your thoughts on something like that? So it'd be kind of a centerpiece for the entrance. If you hate it, that's fine, I'm just,
I don't hate anything now.
Okay.
I think that we need to look at memorials that have been done for counties around the country.
Okay.
You know, they have them, everywhere. I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel. I think we need to find something that we like that fits our location and present it to you guys at some point and obviously get approval. But, I think the most important thing to me is making sure all the names are there.
Right.
No matter what we put them on. So that's probably gonna be our focus initially, is to make sure we have that, and at the same time. Come up with some ideas of what we want it to look like. I'm not opposed to a statue. I don't know what I'd make, the statue of.
well, I was even just thinking like a soldier or anything like that, but it doesn't matter.
That might be feasible as long as the sailors, Marines and airmen don't object to that. I mean, so, I don't know if you could do one that
Right,
represents all them, unless there's a memorial that might have all of their insignia. Each of them has their own branch insignia that it might work. I don't know. Yeah.
well, that was just something I was curious, it's not like,
I think it's a great idea. Mr. Hardy brought it to our attention and I'd like to move forward with it. And I'd like to, at this point, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion that Mr. Hardy spearhead this project and he can get the group of people from the veterans organizations that he's talked about, the Legion, the VFW. And I'd like for him to spearhead it and come up with ideas and suggestions, and they can even look into pricing and come to us with a definite decision on what we want to do. He's already even secured some money, possibly secured some money to help some donations to do this. So I'd like to make that motion.
I'll second it. I'd like to add also, I spoke to Luke about getting a letter written, because I've been asked when I've talked to a couple of people about donations, about a letter. So Luke's gonna get a letter wrote up for us.
I mean, I didn't know if you wanted like to
Is
get a
that-
design together first and a
Yeah.
cost before we started fundraising.
How did you,
That's what I
wanna do
think.
that? How do you wanna do that? Can you work with Luke about that?
The one thing I did talk to Mr. Hardy about as well, is he does have a list, a general list that they're gonna add to, that we pay to have that list published before we pay to have any grading done.
And then ask if there's any other.
To make sure we're not
If
missing
you
any.
miss some.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
And I'm keeping that in mind. Lauren and I did talk about that.
But with the requirements posted, so we don't get
Right.
low.
Yeah.
That's sort of the key, because I mean, there are people, sentimental wise, there's gonna be people who want people on the wall that probably don't need to be on the wall, but that's why we need to make firm guidelines on qualifications. Now, to add to all this, the gentleman who was in charge when the original wall was built and dedicated and placed by the old fire hall is still alive. He was a commander of the McCool VFW in 1951 when the wall was dedicated, and that's Marion Dorsey. If you recall, Marion was the gentleman we honored in our parade, our Veterans Day parade. He just turned 98 this year. I've spoken to him about it. I didn't want to offend him since he totally endorses us putting a new wall in.
What branch of service was he in?
Army,
Army?
World War II. At the end of World War II, he served in the Philippines. And, I mean, you call him up, you would never think he was 98 years old now.
No. Really.
He's fun to talk to, actually, so, but he is, totally endorses us doing this, he understands why we wanna do it, and it made me feel good when I talked to him that we're not stepping on his toes by doing this. And, as his daughter tells me, as long as he's still here, he'll be there, he'll be at the dedication of the new one.
Okay.
So,
Thank you so much. Anything else?
So you're good with spearheading
yeah,
Perfect. We knew you would.
Something just told us.
Well, I started doing the quoting and stuff, and then we're talking, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing with this. It would make so much more sense.
I've
For
already got-
somebody involved who's passionate and.
Liz Beavers wrote an article that was in the paper a couple weeks ago about this. I think she quoted me $60,000. So I've already had people pledged over $40,000 towards this.
Okay.
Great.
That's very fantastic.
So, and that was two people, believe it or not. So I think once we get a solid number, we'll be able to raise the funds.
Okay, awesome. I think that's great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
I guess my other question is, what kind of timetable are you talking about?
I don't know, first of the year?
I would think.
We,
So
you know,
you are okay to wait till after Christmas?
we don't, yeah, we don't have a timetable.
No.
It would be nice though to have it when the building's dedicated, or at least.
It would be.
So like,
But that
is
might
it
be.
possible, I mean, is
that
it
might be
possible to
pushing.
have it this summer, like June?
Maybe a groundbreaking?
I was gonna say, that seems like a pretty
Yeah.
quick
It's gonna
time.
How about something in between a groundbreaking and a completed memorial? Something,
Right, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know,
To me, that would be rushing it by June.
I just don't know how long these kind of things take, because I was just thinking when we dedicate the building, it'd be awesome to be able to do it all at once.
It would
but
be.
We can do separate, it's not a big deal.
then the other issue is the old wall. I think we should offer it back to Kaiser.
Yeah, I agree.
They have a fledgling Veterans Memorial in their parking lot now. I think it would look perfect right beside that, if they'll accept it.
Yeah.
So,
So
It's
that's something
back
you want me
by
to
the
ask
bridge
them.
too, so.
What's that?
Want me to
That's
ask
kind of
them?
back by the bridge.
Right. Right.
exactly,
Close to its original location. Yeah, you wanna approach him?
You want me to ask them that now, or do we want to wait until we get?
there's no point in waiting, and then it can be done at their convenience.
All
Do you
right,
want me to approach them, or do you want to do it?
I see Jim Hannes all the time, I can talk to him
Perfect,
about
look at
it.
that.
okay. This sounds like it's all taken care of.
Thank you. All right, so
Thank you so much.
that's all I have,
That's great, thank you.
2 weeks, Frosty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have seen, we started the wall, but the weather kind of caught up to us.
Yeah, bad time of year. But, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
May I be excused, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
You can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we had another, went at 1 o'clock, which was the bid opening for the, bid opening for the amphitheater. So,
I'll let Tom take care of that.
yeah. We'll let you,
I've got a bid form here if somebody wants to fill it out, or if somebody say an envelope, either way, everyone want to get that.
You want to open the envelopes, or?
Okay, going open. I'm gonna get over tomorrow.
Here, hand this to Jerry.
don't do any more.
They're just two.
Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Sneak up here. Last week. No.
Who were they from?
Coral Belt Incorporated. And Wolf's Excavating. Lynchburg, West Virginia.
No, I wanted picture there, but he.
Yeah, I thought there was another one.
You didn't submit. That's all I got. Hold on, before you open, let me go double check the channel, there's anything else on our desk. Before you die.
No, I didn't bring them.
I can't believe it.
I always have one that didn't bring my pocket.
Well, you're
I'm falling.
You're
I
undressed.
failed.
You're undressed.
Yeah, I'm not, it's not good.
So the LWCF will have a list of documents in the first envelope. Before you open the second envelope, it has the pricing. So it'll be. Looks like 6 different forms in there.
Bid opening requirements, bid proposed.
Here.
Oh, he's already ahead of me. Thank you, though. This is the checklist. You want to see that?
I'll, rather than read each one, I'll just go down the list real quick.
Good. And better than the five.
So all those are in order.
And you'll get number two.
Ones that aren't necessarily right now, but will be later if they're selected. Yeah, so both qualified under the first envelopes.
Okay.
Who are you? Okay.
Carl Bell.
If you will.
Okay. Carl Bell, I'm examining the place of work. Hereby offer to enter into a contract to perform the work for the sum of $463,530.
463,530.
460.
That's the base work. The base bid.
Yeah, that's the first page, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there should be a page that has 4 alternates on it.
There are.
Yeah.
Want to read the alternates or just read the base bid?
I'll fill it out. That's fine.
Bid number two
Is it from?
is from Wolf Excavating. Okay, second bid from Wolf Excavating, $562,137. Well,
This is for phase one, which is just the concrete stage.
Well, it's concrete stage, electrical service. Handicap parking lot, ramp things and stuff like that, but yeah, it's.
no roof or anything, no construction, really.
We'll have to talk about those bids.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write them in because
we're not making a decision right now.
I mean, we can. God's sake, we, from next gen, but obviously that's substantially over,
Overwhelmingly, that's the case.
substantially over.
And we figured on 300. We was putting in 150, we have $150,000 grant,
Correct.
and lowest bid is $163,000 over what we planned on. Okay.
See how that's doing that, and everything. Okay, thank you.
yes.
We will not make a decision at this time. we move on to the scheduled agenda.
Agenda, the only thing we, under the correspondence, we had some of the Christmas cards. Under old business, we had been carrying over the courthouse facilities grant, so I actually didn't have it one there, but then we got the paperwork. And under new business, we did have the governor's proclamation.
Right, okay. So a motion to approve the agenda. So moved. I'll second. Okay, minutes of the previous meeting.
I couldn't complete them today with everything going.
What's going on, Lauren?
I always started reading stuff.
All right, down to correspondence. Office of the Sheriff, November monthly report.
That's scary time. She myself.
Nope, thank you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Have a good day. Appreciate you wanting to do. You called, you got them.
Was he with us?
Yeah.
Coal severance seems to be a little more than. That's good,
Last year ran pretty good too.
yeah.
I think you want to be counsel. You know. I don't know.
I can't believe it.
Amazing. I'm forward.
Yeah.
There ain't that much work there.
No. There's no-
I don't get it. Where are they getting, I'd like to see their sheets, where they're getting these numbers from. But I really thought 300 had been more than enough to do what we wanted done.
I thought so
I
too.
thought so as well. No, because I was wondering there, when we mentioned that. Right, there.
Oh, that's what I just.
Really?
Come on.
My gut says you can get a lot of work done for $300,000.
Was it a walkthrough?
Walk through with the hay rod and all kinds of stuff. There's all, like, there'll be food trucks, there'll be bounce houses, there'll be the hay rod that goes through. That's the
What time does
trees
that
to walk
start?
through. It's 5 to 8, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've been working on setting up for 3 weeks, so. Of course, she said it's like a pond over there. She's thinking maybe they might kayak through and stuff.
Yeah, we've had, and they're calling for rain again, I think, is it tomorrow or Friday? Okay, West Virginia Division of Correction Rehabilitation, which is otherwise our jail bill, where November was $41,281.06, which is up,
You know,
from the last several.
Holiday.
Yeah, I guess. All right, and then West Virginia Division of Labor, certificate of operations, the courthouse chairlift. We had to be recertified, correct? Yes, sure.
I know Peggy always checked in, we could go to jail, but when she leaves, are we gonna have anybody to check on?
Yeah,
her?
whoever's upstairs. We
Huh?
send them to the Patty Amaruso caught one last month.
Well,
We
wait,
send it to the magistrates, we send it to the judges, we send it to the prosecutor, we send it to the sheriff, and they all review it. So any one of them, if they find something, then we report it.
well, we got one here from Moorfield, that's why I wondered.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they're giving all of them, and if they catch anything, like I said, Mr. Amaruso pulled out one last one. Get the credit for it.
but this has been printed before, but I don't know what CD was. It almost sounded like that.
Unless she doesn't have her paperwork. If the bank doesn't get her paperwork, she can't document it. That's why the 3 months, $1 million disappeared last time.
It shows a balance of 960 and
It was
then.
printed 12/11.
Are we gonna discuss the amphitheater anymore at all later in the agenda?
We probably
It's
should.
on the agenda.
Yeah. Okay, then we got back up for certificate of operations to operate chairlift in the courthouse, which was recertified. Jason Whitlock, letter of resignation from Mineral County First Committee. Thank you, Dare County Commissioners, Mineral County First Committee, thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving the Mineral County First Committee. With my upcoming role as county commissioner, I want to officially resign at December 31st, 2024 for the Mineral County First Committee. Thank you for the honor of being a part of the committee and the opportunity to work alongside wonderful people that are serving on the committee. Signed, Jason Whitlock, Director of Wildland. Thank you. Okay, boards and appointments. I don't think we have any.
Nope.
Okay, update on courthouse annex improvement project.
It's happening.
That's the perfect answer right
The
there.
assessor's office is, the concrete we were waiting on has been completed. Dutch said he looked at it last week and thought everything looked good. I have the final invoice, Laura has the final invoice, for his payment. P3 is finishing up all the security stuff. They were over there today. Again, the assessor's office is, I want to say 80% in. We're moving the rest of their stuff Thursday and Friday, computers and stuff. We're waiting on Global. They had to order patch cables and a couple of things. They were waiting on those to come when they were going to go make the network live. In theory, the assessor's office will be operating out of that office only on Friday. In theory. We've been working on Lauren's book. I say we, the guys and Lily have been working on Lauren's books. They've been started this morning. They've been moving some stuff. And started piling those in a room. And they moved a bunch of stuff out of her vault over there. I think they've had to stop for the day because Jeremiah needed his box trailer, but Jeremiah has been letting us use their box trailer and their truck. So.
Not being able to use the elevator during the day.
Yes, the elevator, we're having some sound issues with. Tom came in today. Jeremiah, that's actually why we can't use the box trailer. He was running to Lowe's. He's gonna get a blow insulator, to blow insulation into the walls. There's several things that can still be done. Tom, Jeremiah, we're up in the ceiling today looking at it. So hopefully we'll be able to get that down to a mild hum. I think Tom says there's plenty of things we can do to try. There's plenty of options there that need done. There were some walls that were supposed to have insulation that they're not completely sure that do, so they're gonna blow all that in and see how it goes. We're gonna continue to move Lauren's books next week. We're not moving any offices next week. I talked to Global and Chris said he will be off and the majority of their people are off next week, so I didn't want to try to move anyone without the availability of anyone from IT. So we're just gonna be moving books next week. The tax office is moving in 2nd, 3rd, and 6th, most likely, God willing. The biggest thing with them is they've got to finish their month closeout. So we're probably just gonna move furniture, books, all of that stuff and leave their computers over there until they close out the month, and then we'll move their computers over. I'm saying all this, and I printed the schedules out for you all. Oh, printed those out for you guys too. So that's the new schedule, so I don't have to sit here and keep journaling on, but just so you guys know what's happening.
Okay, who did we contact to do the high density shelving install?
It's already been contracted and scheduled, so we got it, yeah.
Okay,
So that is expenses on the building so far, just so you guys can see. Red means it was drawn down from First United and will be closed with USDA. Yellow means it's American Rescue Plan. And white means we paid it out of general county. This is the most current balances from all of the sources.
That's all, that's zero.
Yeah, because we had to draw down local money before we could use the loan. So all of our local money is gone. That's the change orders that have been approved so far. That also outlines our contingency funds. I mean, this is all obviously public record. But the contingency money is just try to keep more private because it's, everyone's here to make money, the contractors. Not that they're, I'm not saying they're bad people at all, but we don't want the amount of contingency necessarily. And then this is what we paid in interest so far at First United. So, just wanted to give you all those breakdowns. So you can kind of see, because I know there had been some questions at the previous meeting, and I thought I would just kind of run everything so you can get a full picture of what we're tracking and what we have paid out. I believe it's here. We do have a requested change order that's not required necessarily, but would be nice. Have any of you walked over and looked at the West Street parking lot, that side of the building where the parging has fallen off? So the building commissioners walked over with us one day and took a look at it. And Jerry felt, the other Jerry, both Jerry's are chairs, anyways. The other Jerry and them had all talked about doing metal. Is it actual metal siding or is it just metal? Okay, yeah, metal siding down that side of the building rather than fixing the parging, so the parging wouldn't fall off. So they did, Fair Chances got two prices on this. They have been flexible trying to help us with the subs. The first one came in at $60,000 to reparge the damaged parts of the building and put the metal siding on. They were able to get another sub. I believe you know them, Dutch. They said it's Wade's dad. So just Metcalf Construction or
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So they quoted as well. And it's $33,855. It's to put, so on the magistrate wall, it's to put metal siding all the way down the wall and then to reparge the back of the building where it needs parged, right?
Yeah, so south wall, side wall, towards parking lot. We'll give the siding,
This-
more parking in that area. The back has just no spots for parking.
This is the south wall that we repaired in the upper part of
The
it.
other part of this,
Yeah, so that whole wall and the back and the out.
the back would just be parking. We would call for paint for the whole building, so
Okay.
they do patchwork on the back side before they paint.
Okay,
And parging is what?
It's a cementitious.
it's like a concrete,
Like stucco.
yeah,
It's what's above it, so you don't see the cinder block now.
yeah. It's like a concrete covering, sort of.
So, the building commission was okay, but obviously it's your all's money. They thought we should proceed forward with it, and I thought I would bring it to you all. So it's metal siding on that south wall and then reparging the bad spots.
33.
34, you might as well say 34, it's 33,855.
What kind of metal panels we talking about?
It'd be similar to what's above.
What's on the rest of it that they've done?
What's on the top?
The south wall, that we inherited the parapet.
Okay,
Maybe that vertical siding.
And it's not necessarily a decision that has to be made today, but it's just something that was. Cause the other sub did quote, and I'm gonna get that quote too. Let me get grab it. Did quote to do rebarge it or to put the thing up.
what do you recommend? Just reparging it? Or put the metal on the one yet?
Parking has.
And their cost was 62,000 for metal siding and the rear parge. Or 58,000 to just parge the whole building. There's the other one.
Siding's obviously a better situation.
What's that?
Siding's a better situation because you're protecting that lot. That's kind of a exposure gets a lot of, or get driven rain, so I do think it's a good idea. We have painting of that wall already in the contract, so that some of that money would come out. Once we decided, obviously, so.
What do you think?
I should have taken some pictures before I came over. I know you can't just like,
They would only be reparging those spots.
on the rear,
On the
metal
rear.
siding the whole south wall. Which Metcalf didn't even quote the parge, but he's half of what
Yeah.
the other company's gonna charge the parge.
But we can talk about this, we don't want to make that decision now.
Because they're change orders through the contract. Okay, so fair chance the one that quotes it. I know we've been subbing things out on our own because of the markup and stuff through fair chance, but to be clear, I am not a contractor and it is extremely difficult for me to be a contractor trying to make sure some of these things happen when I've got fair chance. I know the markup's there, however, it's also on them when something goes wrong rather than me trying to figure it out, which is what we've been doing. And I'm not opposed. I'll do whatever I'm told, but it is extremely difficult for me to manage some of these things when I have no idea what it's supposed to look like at the end. Because I've never claimed to be a builder.
But I think they get somebody else in and told them the rest of the project too.
Yeah, I don't want to make a decision today. Right, on that.
Yeah, I think you guys should just walk down and look at it after the meeting and I have those calculations.
Okay, so you finished that update?
What do you feel about the parking lot then? Are we not collecting revenues for parking anymore? Because there's been no revenues deposited since July 1. We have the Center Street parking and the parking lot back here as well. So I'm kind of wondering where the revenues for that is being deposited.
As far as I know. I mean, I don't really check in on that day to day. I just text Cody, she does it. I can see, I know like all the attorneys pay like 6 months in advance and so does like the Royal and some of those places. But there are a couple that don't pay that far in advance. I'm not sure what will be since July. It's like Jason Max, the Royal pays for those spots in the street.
Okay, moving to update on park project, Lorena Bike Trails, Carbondale, Dunwall State Park. And then underneath that is a bid opening for the amphitheater, which we've already completed. Just haven't made a decision on that yet.
What's the requirement on that grant that we got? Did we already actually have a physical money or?
Or I'm sorry, okay, we're back. I was texting Cody. Apparently the money is in hand.
Okay, so he was talking about the money for the amphitheater. We have a bid of 150,000 and we were gonna match it.
Right.
So is that bid money here deposited?
No, so LWCF is a drawdown grant. As we spend the money, they reimburse us. So we do not have the money. We absolutely have the award and we are under contract. But we can still, like, we cancel that contract, but we do not physically have the money. Actually, the program manager just emailed me today. They needed the progress update and I said I'd give them something tomorrow after we open the bids, hoping that we would have awarded it to a contractor today. This is Jeremiah. Yes, sir.
So what do you think? we should
Right
do?
now, like right this very second, I'm in
Amphitheater
it.
bid. And that's just crazy.
Okay, bye.
I mean, that means we would have to come home. On the additional one.
300.
Yeah.
I don't,
All right, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what other options we can explore, but I don't feel like it's feasible for us to
I don't,
pay that amount out.
no, wonder why Jeremy didn't do it. Do you have
It's
any
probably because it's complex and it's federal and.
It is
it's really
complex.
hard to
It is,
solve
it makes it so difficult. I mean, if you just submitted the bid, did the work, he'd be very capable of doing that.
What stinks is we do have, it's been grant funds thus far, but we do absolutely already have money invested into this.
I know. I mean, we gotta go forward, just gotta figure out how to
Well,
do
we
it.
don't have to, I mean, I think, but
Well-
it's,
Can you
We don't wanna lose the money.
bring the contractors here and make them sit down together and explain their cost that you feel is way over the.
They're so far over.
Yeah, it's not even negotiable.
like,
I
we're
mean,
talking $170,000 over,
over
on the
one.
low one.
Sounds to me like they didn't want to do the job, but if they were gonna get it, they were gonna make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, that's, you know.
Local contractors could do it cheaper.
Yeah,
But-
and yeah,
But there's a headache being able to do the job. You know, it's just the paperwork, yeah.
Because it's federal money, there's a whole lot of reporting requirements and things like that.
Does that drive their the payroll to a federal rate too and cause?
No, I don't think it's federal payroll rate. I don't think it's. No,
they still have this job to do the certified payroll, but it's not at a.
it's not a Davis Bacon. The problem is most local contractors don't have an office staff to do all the paperwork. They do it when they get home at night.
Right.
If there were no federal requirements to this, of course, I don't know how that would really work, that'd be kinda. Do you think a local guy could do it for less than 150? Cause to me, for what it is, it's,
Not 150. Could do it less. I don't think you can do it for 150.
You're saying if that's.
150 less.
if
than
there's
50.
no federal requirements, if we drop the LWCF funds, you all have already committed 150 of county funds.
I don't know if it could be done for 150.
I don't know either.
That's,
That much concrete.
It's,
well concrete.
what's amazing about this is this scope of work, we backed way down. We took a lot of stuff out.
I know we did.
To try to control cost, and it's still, like, this didn't include steps, we dropped down a lot of things in order to try to cost control.
Just imagine if we didn't do those things. What the bids would be.
I mean, what are your thoughts on all of it? I mean, I don't think $106,000 more is realistic, but I mean, what are your thoughts on other ways to approach
No,
this?
170,000.
Yeah, 70.
So if not a dollar more than the 300's on the table, then we'll probably have to look at reevaluating what we can put out there and rebid it. If there's a scenario where there is money available beyond it, then we might be able to negotiate, but we have to just talk about where, you know, what's the reality of it. It's 300,000 a dot.
Yeah.
And so
I thought 300 was a lot of money.
I did too. I thought we could even do it for 300,000.
I think we do have the opportunity because we have established a budget. The low bidder we could go and negotiate with, it's just, I don't know that we could ever get down to that $300,000.
Oh, yeah.
negotiate.
I mean, Dutch does this for a living.
Yeah.
You know, and he thought 300,000 should take care of it.
This reminds me of what happened in Hampshire County with the senior center. When they first opened up their kitchen renovations, I think the low bid was like 150 or something like that. In the end, they sent them all back and said, try again. And
Well, we did that with the health department. Yeah.
We haven't seen how that'll work out yet. It's Friday.
Yeah, we did that with the health department because they come in and the bids shocked us.
Did it work out for Hampshire?
yeah, came in about half.
So, okay,
I know we could always,
we need to discuss all this, but
I know, but I also have to submit a progress update. I guess that update was good from the bids they were way over. We'll get back to you.
yeah.
Cause I'm not saying award a contract today. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like, what are we thinking about doing?
Explore our options.
Exploring
You
options.
just open the bids is a progress. report,
Perfect,
so.
perfect. So perfect
It's
answer
supposed to
would
be under
be,
construction.
we're
6 months
exploring
is
our
the
options.
contract signing.
okay, update on CDBG Health Department Facility Project. We have a special meeting on December the 20th at noon to open up the bids and discuss the health department. So that's probably all the update we really have right
Yeah,
now.
Roger has this bill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I got that bill from
Roger had it.
Jonathan.
Jonathan Kessner for work at the health department.
Yeah.
Do we need to prove to pay that?
You guys are, if you're gonna pay a bill for the health department, you need to make it.
And then we're getting.
Well, then they're reimbursed.
They're reimbursed. They're gonna reimburse us.
Yeah,
We're working as a pass through entity.
Yeah, I move we pay that to Kessler.
It's $9,600.
And-
If anybody wanted to know.
And this
So
is not
after
part of
that,
the CDBG project. Like
No, this
that
is actually
just means
internal
we're working
renovation.
a pass through and see for the construction of the building. Is that right?
So who's reimbursing?
No.
Then why aren't you saying?
Because there's a reason, they told us a reason.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but there was.
they don't?
No, we're getting reimbursed.
No, they're reimbursing us, but I can't remember.
You need Jerry.
Do you
sign.
need to sign that initially? I don't want to. But I will.
Don't want to mention that.
Updates of-
Friday open, it's all on.
No, just a little
And
bit.
did you get that? So you can, are you gonna post that meeting?
Yeah, well, I actually did with this agenda, but then I'm gonna
Okay,
post it again, yeah.
Okay, update on opioid funding.
oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Go ahead, Rich.
So the Mineral County First Committee went through applications. We had 7 applications. We went through them, we met with 4 of those 7. And I'll go through all the applications now. And make a motion or make the committee's recommendation for that application. And we'll go see what you guys want to do. First application I'll go over with is James Isaac House. They actually just, after talking with them, they decided to pull their application. They didn't want to apply. So now we're down to 6. Potomac Highlands Drug and Violent Crime Task Force. They were asking for $20,000 to cover utilities.
Now, who's that for?
Potomac Highlands Drug and Violent Crime Task Force. The committee actually voted to deny them based on they are Potomac Highlands and they serve 5 different counties. It is not Mineral County only. And that's the committee decided to deny them because of that. So that's the committee's recommendation to deny that application, and I'll make that motion to deny that application. Geyser Police Department, they were asking for $20,000 to cover Narcan, gloves, and surveillance equipment. The committee voted to deny the Geyser Police Department because Narcan and gloves can be acquired for free through other agencies. They have been offered that equipment and they haven't taken anything. We didn't feel that it would be an efficient use of the opioid money. Also, the committee feels that the funds should be used for substance use prevention and rehabilitation and not for equipment that would lead to arrests and surveillance. So the committee recommends to deny that application, and I'll make that motion.
Yeah, approve it also.
Frankfurt Elementary School, they requested $10,876 for playground equipment. It was like a little play racetrack for their new school, for the little ones, pre-K, kindergarten, 1st grade, I think. The committee recommends to deny that application based that there's no direct use for substance use prevention. There was no program for anything for any of that. So the committee recommends to deny that, and I'll make that motion.
Okay. Go along with you.
All right, Burlington United Methodist Family Services. They requested approximately $16,000 for reconstruction and improvements to the facilities at the Staggers House. I think it was a deck and an old tree they wanted to take down and some other stuff. The committee didn't feel this was the efficient use of opioid money. One of the committee members was contacted by, I think it was the CEO of Burlington, and said that they really had other plans that they wanted to apply for, and that they would be reapplying under a different motive and plan. So the committee doesn't feel that money should be used for reconstruction of a building and or for what they was wanting to do. And the committee recommends to deny that application, and I'll make that motion to deny that application.
No, go on.
Frankfurt Middle School, they originally came to us and asked for approximately $10,000 to cover teacher salaries for an after-school program. It would cover 2 hours to 2.5 hours for 38 sessions to finish the year. And the after-school program will feed
they actually have already done this program. They did it with, COVID money. And now that the COVID money's run out, they haven't been able to do it this year and they want to continue the program. It's a program where they can, feed those who stay after school. That the parents will allow them to stay after school. They can feed those kids with a snack. They can do some drug prevention programs, and work with the PRO now that they have a PRO, to do some drug prevention and that kind of thing. And then they split into different classes, and some of them's a tutoring, some of them's games, intramural games, and of course, there's anti-vaping and drug prevention to go along with that. Then they have a hot meal that they can either eat there or a meal that they can take home. Last year, they had 30 couple kids every day. They did it 2 days a week. They had 30 couple kids every day. I need to talk to the board office about how to reimburse if the board wants to pay the salaries and then bill the county, bill us to reimburse those salaries. And also the superintendent and the school board are going to go to legislature about trying to get state money to cover these programs for basically over the whole county or the whole state or whatever. The committee felt that this is a very good program. In fact, after talking to Mr. Shoup, they feel that 10,000 wasn't enough and recommend $20,000, up to $20,000 to reimburse the teachers' salaries and benefits. You're looking at paying about 40 couple dollars an hour. That will cover the salaries and the benefits for these teachers for a couple hours a day. So the committee's recommending $20,000 to reimburse salaries, and we have to work with the school board. I will work with the school board to see about how that reimbursement will work. So I will make that motion that we approve that application for $20,000.
I'm thinking, and the reason I'm thinking is because I hate to give them $20,000 and they can't even supply a hot meal for their garden students. Because they don't even have a cook up there. Did you know that, Liz?
They mentioned it last night.
What's their intentions here?
They didn't actually say anything. It was brought up by somebody in the audience, and their policy is not to reply to non-agenda items that are.
I know Mr. Drawson has been going up and cooking something. I do know that, him and a couple other people.
Well, they.
Is it they can't afford it or
They
they just?
can't, no, the cook up there, her mother has passed away. She's been all sick. She did pass away. And they never, I don't know, they couldn't get somebody to replace her. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know. But I know the people in Elk Garden is highly upset. So that's my reservations.
I understand that, I realize that's an issue. I'm not sure what bearing that would have on this program.
Well, I agree. I know what you're saying.
But
Two different schools.
yeah, that's a different situation there.
Did Kaiser Middle apply?
Kaiser Middle did not apply.
I mean, I think you should absolutely do it. I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
just curious. if Kaiser applies.
Yeah, Kaiser Middle did not apply.
I'll second this one time for them. I'll do that. But
Okay.
And I vote to approve
they
it.
need to look into that. That's kind of sad.
All right. All right, creating living legacies. They asked for $20,000 for Bridges to Health. They also call it the Lost Ones. It's they work directly with Mountain State Psychological Services. And they provide services to I have in my notes here 18 and 30-year-old, but they provide services to teenagers too. They provide services to teenagers and young adults that what they use, they've had adverse childhood experiences, which 99% of them involved substance abuse issues. And so they're working with these people, getting them jobs, getting them transportation, getting them help where they need it, clothes, and that kind of thing, on top of psychological services, helping them get their mind straight, helping them to overcome their problems. Some of them are pregnant, some of them have very young children, and they help them with those issues too. Even stuff as simple as providing diapers and that kind of thing so that they can support their kid. So they're asking for $20,000. And the committee felt it was a good program and recommends that $20,000, and I'll make that motion.
I'll say.
And approve it also. It would be, what did we decide on that? Did we decide, we didn't decide on, I didn't put it in my notes, we didn't decide on reimbursement, we decided on. Did we decide on paying until 10?
And
And then the report,
then report, and then we give them.
and she had a spreadsheet there of the people, not their names, but of the age groups of people that they deal with, and they do not have any problem with reporting, so. Again, I'll amend that motion to add, they'll get 10,000 up front, and then after they report, they'll get the other 10,000. Okay?
Yep.
Last and not least.
Is it?
Is it 7?
1, 2, 3, that's 6.
7, okay, there's 8 then, I'm sorry. I took James Hyde's accounts, that's why that's where I got 7 from.
No, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the one that pulled the application. So I got 6 applications.
So this last one will be the 8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I apologize for that. I was counting 7, but I forgot to count the one that pulled the application. All right, the last one, the Mineral County Ambulance Authority. This has been a hot topic here lately. So anyway, Mineral County Ambulance Authority, they have recently gotten Dr. Kurbos as their medical director, and she wants to do a lot more with this county, feels she can do a lot more with this county. To train EMT and paramedics with additional life-saving procedures, specifically around overdose patients. And whenever they get called to an overdose, be able to treat these patients and in a manner that we would be able to help them, get them in settings where we can counsel them and talk with them about, or not say we, but they, whoever, can counsel them on services that are offered and get them help to recover, get them help to get over their substance abuse issues. This is there's a lot of things in the works with this. We need to work with WVU Hospital, which Dr. Kurbos is supposed to get me in touch with. We're going to have a meeting with the powers to be at WVU Hospital to sit down and how to do this. Basically, we have to buy her time from WVU Hospital. We want to buy her time 3 shifts a month. That cost is $95,000, approximately $95,000. But we would have to buy her shifts from WVU Hospital, and we would contract with WVU Hospital to buy that time. They also would like to have some more money to buy equipment that she needs to be able to do these life-saving techniques and stuff, and they're looking at approximately $25,000. So total, they're asking for $120,000. 95 would go to WVU in some way once a contract's agreed upon with WVU. And the other 25 would go as a reimbursement to the Ambulance Authority when they buy equipment. After the contract was signed and after everything's agreed upon, and she's doing that. The reporting will be the approximate number of people of overdoses and treatments and a decrease in overdose deaths. That is the goal in this. So that is committee's recommendation, 120,000. 95 to WVU, 25 is reimbursement for equipment. And I will make that motion.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions. Colby, you here. Sure. Number one, who's going to supply her malpractice?
So I text and asked the question to that. She will be covered by WVU for anything that the director of the division and chair of the division of WVU medicine covers and directs that she's allowed to do. So WVU will cover anything she does that's stated in that contract she's allowed to do here.
Are we gonna get a report, monthly report?
You're gonna get a monthly report, you're gonna get a monthly schedule of where she's at. She's gonna be in different areas, every time she's here to meet with the squads and do specific training with them. We are gonna start up community Narcan administration training, which I'm gonna get certified to teach that as well. So if there's a hang up with scheduling that we will not be forced to cancel a class or reschedule. And a future plan that she has is to try and institute a program where we can go from the scene of an overdose and get someone enrolled directly into a treatment program and be able to give them their first dose of medication to help them no longer search and seek narcotics or opioids. So you're gonna get that on top of the elevated level of training and skills that not only will help with the opioid epidemic and the opioid overdoses that we have in the county, but it'll benefit everybody that works, lives, or associates at any time in Mineral County.
Is this a 1-year contract, is what you're going for to start out with?
It's a contract with WVU. We would build in a way for us to get out of the contract if we needed to.
But we're only going for 1 year.
You're only funding 1 year right now, yes.
Yeah, we're only funding 1 year. And I know,
You know, we had an annual authority meeting and in it, we discussed that should the program want to go forward, that we would all work together to find the funding to continue this, and every department in the county was in favor of this. I know you guys have heard opposition, but every department leader was in that room.
and I wanna add to, the $95,000 that goes to WVU. Basically buys her time from WVU, as I said before, but she does not get any more money out of this. WVU pays her salary. And this is just going to pay WVU so that we can have her for 3 shifts per month. The only people that's getting money out of this is WVU, and that just covers her salary, her benefits, her insurance and that kind of stuff.
For when she would normally be in the ER.
Yeah,
So these
yeah.
3 cops, she's not going to be in the ER.
She's gonna be working in Mineral County for those 3 jobs.
She does not get the $95,000.
Yeah, she does not get any of that money.
You get the 95,000 upfront, or are we gonna do it on a
I
monthly
don't know.
basis?
We don't know, we'll have to work that out.
That's where I gotta get with WVU to find out. Or one of us has to get with WVU to find out how we're gonna do this.
And there is if something happens that don't work out, we can back out of that.
Well, we would put that clause in the contract. I wouldn't sign a contract that didn't have a way for us to get out of it.
And I can't imagine the WVU would even want to be front loaded with that money. They would probably bill us just.
I would imagine, I can't imagine. No, they wouldn't do that. I don't think that's the way they've done
It's
it.
too much, there's too much fluid about every situation, things can
Right.
change through your.
Dutch is right, this has been a hot topic here, but you know, you guys asked me to come back to the ambulance authority a few years ago, and I ended up president, and I've done everything I could to make sure that EMS has always went in the right direction in this county, and you know, I was on your chase car committee with Luke, and we pretty much got beat to death on a weekly basis over that for 9 months, and it's turned out well. You have smart, motivated people here that want to learn and want to better the community, and you know, our budget's $240,000 a year. We just a little help, and if the program flies, we'll find a way to continue to fund it in the future.
Well, I've talked to 7 or 8 different EMTs and paramedics that I know, that I personally know and can trust, and talk to them in confidence and ask them about this program and what they thought about it. And all of them were absolutely in favor of it. All of them were concerned about the amount of money, but once you understand you're paying WVU to cover her salary, and once people really understood that she's not getting anything extra out of this, you know, then everybody understands a little better. But all of the EMTs and medics that I talked to are definitely in favor of this program and are excited about being able to open up their skill set.
The last thing I'll say about her is, she believes in 3 principles: always tell the truth, always show up where you're supposed to, and be better today than you were yesterday. She's been our medical director since July 1st. Her contract says she had to attend 2 ambulance authority meetings a year and set up quarterly training. So far, she hasn't missed an ambulance authority meeting. She's got training set up and she's been around the county to meet with providers. And she's been in squads for meetings and to help work through problems within their department and things like that. And we've never seen that from a medical director in this county in the 20 years that I've been here. So I don't see, she's working without a net on a tightrope, but I just don't see, she doesn't know how to fail. So
I think this is a great opportunity for our county, advancing us into the medical.
it's a great opportunity for the
Yeah.
state to look at what a little county can do with
Medical
a little bit of help.
I think this is a good use of the money.
And I do believe if we collect the right kind of data over the next year, we could be funded through the State First Foundation next year. And Eileen and I have already volunteered to do that application for the ambulance.
I mean, I don't bake real well, but I'll bake a couple cookies too and sell them at a bake sale.
I'll second that.
And I approve this.
Thanks, guys.
So are you?
So that,
This does not start now. The soonest it can start is April 1st, and that's if we get our stuff together. They're currently working on scheduling the next quarter, April through June. If we can't get it together quick enough, it wouldn't start until July 1st because Ruby schedules quarters out in advance for their coverage. So they're not going to come back through and rewrite their whole and have to draw doctors and move people around. So we have
It'd
some
be great
time.
if we get it going by April 1st.
It would be, but if we don't, we want to do it right and we're not going to push them or push her to move shifts. And I don't want to do that. She's already coming down here on her days off now, maybe during the day for 6 hours and then turning around and going back and working night shifts. It just doesn't, that doesn't benefit anybody.
you have a question?
I was gonna say, I mean, I assume Colby can go ahead and get the contract started and. Am I able to work with them on that or?
We're all gonna be involved in this.
Oh, yeah,
So, Dr. Kerbo is supposed to get in touch with me about,
she will now.
once she talked to her superior about how.
As far as I know, the chair of her department said that once this meeting happened today, that he would be able to be contacted and work out anything that you need worked out.
All right, so I'd just like to also mention about Jason's resignation, of course, since he's becoming on as commissioner. I tried to get him to take my spot and I was going to resign, but he didn't want to do that, so. I really appreciate the work that he's done and he's been a valuable asset to the committee and we already have a couple of prospects from the other committee members to replace him. Once I get in touch with those people, to move forward with that, but want to thank Jason for his work and looking forward to working with him on the commission and really thank you a lot for everything you've done for us.
Thank you. Thanks, Colby.
That's all I have.
Okay, so we're at update on Town of Ridgely, ongoing issue with unsightly property. This is a nightmare. Dutch has been working tirelessly on this.
So,
We had some
When did I-
heartbreaking news not too long ago.
and when did I meet? That was after the last commission meeting.
It was, you told me about that.
Yeah, so I met with a guy from DEP, come down, he, name's Noah Weber. He takes care of cleanups and stuff, through the DEP, they can go in and they'll clean up a site and. Thanks, sir. They'll go in, they can go in at the homeowner's request or permission, they will go in and clean up a whole site. This is the group that will go along, like if you see a dump alongside of a road, they'll go in and clean all that dump up and so. Anyway, I met with him at the property, the people were willing to talk to him, and then after talking to him. Then they started backtracking a little bit, cause they wanted to keep this and they wanted to keep that, there's several trailers on the property that they're using for storage, and so I don't know what's gonna happen. I left the ball in their court. Told them they needed to decide what they wanted to get rid of and what they didn't. We went through several options. One, Mr. Weber offered them to create an account at the dump that they can haul stuff there and it wouldn't have to pay anything. The state would pay, the DEP would pay their dump cost. I also talked to him about possibly bringing in a dumpster and setting a dumpster there and they can throw everything in that they want to keep. And he was going to find out for sure if that was going to happen. It has been a couple weeks. I was gonna give the homeowners a couple weeks and then give them a call and see what they've decided or see what's happened. And I didn't do it before this meeting. But, probably I'll call later on this week. And of course, with the holidays and stuff, everything slows down, but nonetheless, that's where we're at. I didn't feel good about the meeting. I didn't feel good about how the people started backtracking a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
Dutch met with them prior to the state company, and they were in agreement to have it cleaned up. Then when the state came, I guess they realized, hey, it's something that happened here. They decided, well, I don't want to get rid of this, I don't want to get rid of that, so that's where we are. And we can't force them, you know, I wish we could, but we can't, so. Anyway, so hopefully it'll get resolved. Okay, discussion on the War Memorial, we already done that one. American Rescue Plan Fund update, anything to update there?
Yes, I do. So, under accounts payable, you're going to see a memo. I was probably over a year ago when Treasury notified me that two expenses we had paid out of ARPA were not allowable. One was for bond counsel on the project, and the other was the origination fee for the project. It was $46,789.50. She's showing you. So I've been going back and forth with Treasury for over a year. Reported it, showed them, provided them the invoices, provided everything, and have asked, what do we need to do to correct this? So they never have told me what we need to do to correct it. However, I got a notice Monday that said it had to be corrected for December 23rd. So what that's doing there is we will cut a check from General County to the American Rescue Plan Fund in the amount of $46,789.50 to pay back the ARPA fund for the not allowable expenditures. In turn, ARPA is going to cut a check to General County to reimburse us for one of the cruisers we purchased this year, which is an allowable expenditure. So it really just had to be a paper trail that we correct the issue. Lauren and I went back and forth on it a little bit. But I did talk to Sally today because you can't just call somebody at Treasury, unfortunately. Their program staff, I have sent them 5 emails in the last 2 years and have either never got a response, or when I did, it was 9 months later. And to be clear, on top of knowing this was a problem, I have sent them letters and documentation every time we've done a report and said, we realized we did this, please tell me what I need to do to correct it. But since I can't talk to anybody at Treasury, I talked to Sally, because at least on the state end, when they review this, and she said she felt like this was an adequate way to correct it, because more or less we just need a paper trail showing that we are paying back that. And then when I do our report in April of 25, I will remove these 2 expenditures and add the expenditures for the cruiser. So that should correct the issue. The best I know how, it was just those. They did have a third one noted. I had put in our report the amount of interest we had earned as program income. And they put that as a non-allowable expenditure, but in the letter, I'm just going to tell them that it wasn't an expenditure at all. It was program income, and I'll remove that on the report. But that's how we're correcting that. I double checked the expenditures again today, and I am going to go through one more time. Eileen was going to get all of our POs after today from Cindy, so I can go through and do one final reconciliation before the end of the year. But all of the funds, with the exception of the interest, are absolutely allocated. And my thoughts are, after all of the funds are paid out that we've allocated, we'll just transfer the interest over to General County and close the account out. But I wanted to leave the interest in there just in case a mistake is made or something and we don't overdraw. So.
Okay. Courthouse Facilities Improvement Project.
Yes, so I told you all, we got the grant to build out the second circuit judge's suite. Last meeting, I thought I would have the contract documents, but they just came this week, even though Lauren pointed out they were postmarked. November 22nd, and we just got them yesterday. So I've got all the contract documents to finalize that. I told you all I had submitted our section 106, so that wouldn't hold up. I got really nervous because I talked to the structural historian who's new. She told me we were going to have mitigation actions to take, and I was pretty perturbed. However, once it went on to her boss, we don't have to do any mitigation. So we got our section 106 clearance. We are good to go. We do have to bid this out. Fair Chance is able to bid on it. However, I need to know when I need to put it out so we can get it done. But do you all intend to go back to the old schedule next year? Because I have to publish the bid opening dates, and I can't do that until you all
I'm
know.
planning on it, but wait till Dutch gets here. We need to talk to Jason since he's gonna be on board.
Because my intentions are,
I was thinking Friday, I'm just kidding.
I think you should meet every day.
I would prefer Monday or Fridays over Monday.
Okay, the question before the commission is the commission dates for next year. You want to go back to the old schedule?
well,
My suggestion was you meet every day at noon.
why I need to know this is because I need to publish the request for proposals for the Second Circuit Judge Suite and to schedule the bid opening. I need to know when the commission meetings will be. So like January 14th gives me plenty of time. That's when the commission meeting will be. Is it going to be at 8:30? Is it going to be at 4:30? Or is it going to be at 6? That's the only one I have to have sureness
If we
on.
go back to the old.
It'll be 8:30 or 9.
Exactly.
At 8:30.
8:30.
8:30.
Mhm.
I say 8:30 for the first Tuesday and,
For the
or
second.
second Tuesday and then,
You could do bid opening for 9, just to give us time to get things started.
Yeah.
situated.
Okay.
4:30.
It'd be 8:30,
4:30 for second.
For the fourth
Tuesday.
Wednesday, or Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday, get it right, we don't.
Well, I don't need anything.
When the actual agenda sells, that's
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, and I don't need anything past January 14th, but I can't publish it till I know. So I'll do January 14th at 9 o'clock.
Now,
Does
that-
that do, Jason?
That
That's
will
great.
change, that will change and.
There are some days that
If
are
there's-
conflicts.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are, right.
Conflict
Like in
dates, yes.
February.
And our first meeting will be January 2nd.
That's
At what?
just a
Oh,
short,
that's later.
that's just a short meeting. Well, it's on the agenda. Okay, so we're done. That's it? Cleared that up?
You gotta sign contract afterwards,
Okay.
but
Governor proclamation for December 24th. I'm sure, I know we have all heard about it. The governor's declaring New Year, Christmas Eve as a holiday, full day holiday for state workers. So are we going to adopt that for county workers also?
How about New Year, Christmas
And
and
Chris, New Year's Eve too.
and this is just, they're already scheduled half days. This
Yeah.
makes.
Right, this happens. He declared it as a state holiday for state employees. We don't have to follow that. It's up to you, so whether you want to follow that or not. So what I guess I'm asking, do you want to give the employees the full day off on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve? Or do you want to have them work half a day? I'm thinking they probably should come in even on Christmas, a couple hours.
I think so too.
I like to treat them fair, I really do. I'm an election. I'm good with giving them that.
I'm sure somebody wants to come in on Christmas Day and pay their taxes. I think we need to have that courthouse.
That could be.
I do, the half day is. my-
Somebody might want to start getting married.
Because you're already
Maybe,
paying,
maybe.
you're already paying 12 hours for overtime for the day.
So what's,
I'm in favor of giving them the half day.
I'll-
Motion.
Dutch and Roger, that's for a first thing.
I'm good with it. Treat them good. I don't think a lot of them are appreciated.
Now, are you approving, because you also mentioned New Year's, but he
New
hasn't
Year's.
proclaimed that, are you?
With- If he proclaims New Year's,
Okay.
Oh, he has to claim
I thought he claimed.
I thought he did too. I thought he did too. I got an email. I got an email.
Though.
I actually haven't seen the written form yet.
I haven't either.
I thought, I was under the impression that he already done both of them, that's
Well, I
why
know it was a YouTube, I didn't
I
like
didn't
it,
know that.
but trust me, word spread fast.
Oh, yeah, stuff like that. I
Yeah,
bet.
he said date, according to a press release, Governor, days before Christmas and New Year's
Right.
will be days off.
That's what I got.
I don't have a
Okay.
proclamation.
Now, what
That's
if
what.
he did, the days before,
New Year's Day,
Christmas Eve and New Year's.
Christmas Eve and New Year's.
Yeah, which we were already a half a day, now we're gonna be a whole day, so
Correct.
all of the 24th, all of the 25th, all of the 31st, all of the 1st.
Correct.
I was waiting for the 23rd too. I'm gonna be feeling jealous.
No, don't do that. The issue is, when he declares a holiday, then we let our employees off, then EMS. And,
Law
yeah, 911 dispatch gets
And dog,
overtime plus law enforcement.
and dog.
Plus
Double
dog.
time and a half.
Yeah. So it costs us money every time we give our employees a day off. So it's something, it's not something that's free. We figured, 7,000 to 9,000, I think, is what we figured.
For each holiday.
For each holiday we take, given.
When was the last time that was calculated? Because both of those offices have received substantial raises.
Yeah, so somewhere between $7,000 and $9,000.
12-hour days.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next item is the holidays for 2025. I went ahead and threw them on instead of doing it at the next meeting. Went through, double checked, the holidays, the dates. All of them do fall Monday through Friday, so the 24/7 people is not gonna be affected by, sometimes we do a separate one if the holiday actually falls on the weekend. But the holidays all fell Monday through Friday, so it's the same schedule for both set of employees. The only date that was kind of questionable in here, the last 2 years, you did do Juneteenth on June 19th. It wasn't on the state listing still, but you've given those, so I didn't know whether to leave that on there or not.
Well, I wonder if Governor Morsi will do it or not.
I don't know.
That's up to you guys. I mean, that's.
You want to leave it on or take it off and then add it if they give it?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Take it off and add it if it's.
Okay, so I'm taking June 19th off, Juneteenth. And I already took the 2 holidays that were the election days from last year.
Isn't it officially a federal holiday now, though?
What, June 19th?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's when we started it 2 years ago,
Cause I thought that,
but it's not on the list of state holidays for West Virginia.
As far as West Virginia Day, it wasn't on there.
yeah, so Juneteenth obtained federal holiday status during President Joe Biden's first year in office in June of 2020.
Oh, yeah, it is on there.
Duh, just gotta look below that date, don't I?
So you did say it's federal?
It's a federal holiday.
Okay, then I guess I.
House of Representatives passed it with a vote of 415 to 14.
It still wasn't on the West Virginia list. I double check.
Well, our employees get a lot of days off, I'm telling you. Man.
Okay, so do I have approval? Of course, and it says all other holidays declared by the president of the United States or the governor of West Virginia, which is where we are. But when he does these proclamations, he does it for state employees, which is the difference. He doesn't say all West Virginia.
15 holidays there for 2025.
15 holidays, yeah.
15 holidays.
15 holidays, that's a lot.
Yes.
Overtime paid in for.
Yes.
Wow.
For 911 dispatch and sheriff's department
And all.
and Dogwood.
Do I have a motion on approving the 2025 holiday list?
So.
Second. That's still thinking.
The next schedule there are the list of pay dates. We do get paid the 15th and the last day of the month. So when the 15th falls on a Saturday or Sunday, we do it the Friday prior. And same with the last day of the month. The only 2 dates that we really worked around was the last day of June, because we have our fiscal year and stuff. The 30th is a Monday. I went ahead and did it the Friday before the 27th. And then for December, go ahead and do, because probably with the 31st, we'll have half days, all we changed it to the prior day, the 30th. So those are the pay dates for 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Prove that also.
And then later down, we'll see that we have, the next meeting is the first business day of the fiscal year, or the fiscal year, calendar year. January 2nd, we'll meet and we'll set the dates and times for the 2025 commission meeting dates, as well as the 2025 board review and equalization dates. So please bring your calendars to that first meeting in January, because we're gonna have to work around county commission association meetings, Mineral County dates and such.
Okay, you need a time. She needs a time.
Yes.
Last year we met at 3.
Now, can we meet at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
I'd like to meet early. I get up early.
Oh, I'm here according to late. It doesn't matter to me. I just
Is
say last year.
9 good with you?
That's fine.
Second.
9 good for you, Jason?
The only question I have is, I don't have a calendar. Do I have to go buy a calendar? I can't afford to buy. a
You can go by the bank, they have.
Go to the bank. I can get one at the bank. Good.
Cannon's Hardware, I think.
I don't buy calendars.
I can't believe they haven't come yet.
There hasn't been.
Well, they bumped it up too, it's not
I
until
just can't.
March. now.
Okay, so it's 9 a.m., that meeting, the first meeting of the month, which is January 2nd, 9 a.m.
Don't forget it like your
So now,
Yeah, it's positive.
Yeah. Yeah, 12 years ago, when I became a commissioner, I somehow, everything on my mind, I missed my first commission meeting because I was confused. I didn't know what it was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's the first one.
And
So
after 12,
recapping the general rule, which I know there are exceptions. 8:30. The first one,
4:30.
and 4:30 for the second. one.
sorry, we're not gonna do. after that.
4:30.
4:30. 8:30.
The second Tuesday is 8:30, fourth Tuesday, 4:30.
I'm good with whatever time they want to set it.
We're not gonna eat 30.
Are the employees able to get here by 4:30? County employees if they want to come?
They get off.
They get off. I mean, you need to have a meeting. The meetings last for hours, so they have plenty of time to come in.
My
They
question,
might not be here at 4:30, but they have plenty of time to come in.
That works.
Normally, the first few minutes of the meeting sort of.
my question for you, Jerry, is if you was confused 12 years ago at your first meeting, how are you now?
It's worse now. It's worse now. Okay. Governor proclamation, the holidays, approved 911 new hire.
Kelton Hannah
What?
as
Council?
Kelton Hannah. So new as a new 911 talking this is for an open position.
She has prior experience.
He,
He,
a little bit, he's an EMT, he works, for a couple ambulance services right now. He worked in Hampshire as a, as an 911 dispatcher for a bit, but
What was the start date?
I don't know.
Okay,
I did send you all a notice, but I don't know what the start date is. Actually, I think it's January 2nd. I think Road Truck just messaged me that a little bit ago.
I'm really pretty.
second that. Does it give you a full staff?
We have one more position. So technically, we are already full staff. 10 people fill out the schedule and we have 10. But my budget has 12 people, so the road truck can come off console and we have a spare. So,
Good. I approve that also. Okay, let's discuss and approve new heating and cooling unit for the dog pound.
okay, so you guys probably remember that we got the Federation of Humane Organizations grant for Missy, for the dog pound. In that grant, we had budgeted for Royal Air to put in the new unit. And we had considered looking at others as well. Since this is not a commodity, it's professional service, construction, it's a $25,000 threshold, not 815. Missy really wants the unit put in sooner than later. And the guy who's been doing our work really does do a good job. However, the courtroom I ordered in June and it got put in October. And the mini splits for upstairs, I ordered in September and still haven't heard anything on that. And Missy wants it done. No, I'm trying not to talk bad on businesses because he does a good job.
Oh, okay.
It takes a lot longer to get the stuff in. She really wants it fixed.
What is she there putting in air conditioning pump or what?
She has a gas furnace in the kennel room, but it's extremely old and the guys fix it several times a year. So she wanted to replace it. And she said while we're fixing it, while we're replacing it, she'd love to have one that cools as well. So Royal Air updated their quote for me. It's $16,427.
For one.
Here, you guys can look at it. So that is, it's $1,000 more than we budgeted for. However, the kennels were, I'd have to look exactly, but the kennels were $1,000 or $2,000 less than we budgeted for. So it will be covered. She can get it in quickly and it'll be done.
Well, really, if the heating system was working, even though it's old, it's really not a big push, correct? To have it done right away?
Unless we have to repair it again, which
Right.
we keep paying to have it repaired.
But you know,
And I know Royal Air is more expensive. And I get why we don't buy the stuff from them. But when it really matters, they always show up, and it's not a question of, am I gonna be able to get a hold of somebody today? I've personally woke Russell up at 2 AM and I've had somebody when I was in at 2:30. And you get what you pay for. The other person is doing an excellent job. I'm not saying that. However, it is a situation of, he's much more expensive because he has 4 teams of people who repair things rather than him and another guy. Like, there's more overhead.
But I got a new furnace, gas furnace, and new heat pump, air conditioner put in half this much, just a hair less than half. Just
The same one that just stopped working.
the same one that it didn't quit working. The line got a hold of it. It did not quit working. I had to have a piece of copper tubing put back.
I mean, you get what you pay for. This is,
That's ridiculous.
And the
price.
grant covers this?
yeah, it's
Oh,
in
the
the,
grant covers
it's
it?
what we budgeted. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. The grant pays
Wait a
for it.
minute, stop. You made 2 statements right there. Did you listen to what you said? You said that's what we budgeted for and the grant covers it. Which was it? Budgeted or grant?
The grant budget.
Well, first you said grant.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. It's all, we wouldn't even be doing it
So
without the grant.
it is going to be a grant. It don't cost us nothing.
Absolutely, yes.
No, I'm in favor. I'm not in favor of spending a bunch of money.
No,
Get
it's,
excited all you
no.
want, but
I'm not.
Flex Hub, return
The
grill.
next item on the agenda is FOHO grant. That's the same thing we're talking about here.
Yes.
yeah, okay.
The way you had that in your email, it looked like two different things, and I thought it was the same thing.
So we're
No, it's-
So
everything,
it's two different things
everything
on the
we
agenda,
ran
but it's
out.
on one.
But that's still a lot of
For
money.
metal wrapped in R8 insulation.
Do we get to keep any of that grant if we don't spend it for anything else?
Whatever else that would be after.
We can't put it on nothing?
So this is more than just a new system though. It's new ductwork, new wiring, new electrical, new everything.
Yeah, I seen that.
So it's more than just a system.
Her current system is original to that building.
Yeah,
It's old.
yeah, it's old. I'll make a motion. We go with that route.
Bears, I hate to spend 16,000, I will too. I'll say it.
And we already have them.
And I approve that also. And this is the FOHO grant that we're talking about, correct?
It's Federation of Humane Organizations.
And so this is Roy Ware for 60,427. It's for heat and air unit.
Yes, complete unit, new, everything.
And this is coming, the grant's going in general county, so we're paid on out of general county. But I'm gonna hit the dog line item, just as that department, so I'll do a budget revision for the next meeting. for
Yeah,
dog.
wherever we gave y'all the check, wherever you put it, however.
Okay, thank you. Okay, discuss WVOE mass salary enhancement fund.
Okay, I mentioned this at the ambulance authority meeting, which you all were at. I was under the impression that this money was running on a program year, just like every other pot of money the state issues. However, it is not. So our intentions were to allow expenditures up to December 31, and we would do final reimbursements in January. However, the deadline is the beginning of December. We have already, you guys have them in the stacks of accounts payable. All of the departments have expended their money. There was one department, we did make a mistake, and overpaid them. We are invoicing them for a part of what we overpaid them, to make sure every other department gets the full allocation, but we had spent all the money. Is the long story short, but we did accidentally overpay one department, and then we noticed as we were doing reconciliations, we were gonna invoice them for the full amount, but then as we got everything back, whatever we don't spend, we have to send back to the state. So we're just gonna let that ride, and that one department's gonna pay us back like $800 what we overpaid.
Okay, thank you.
And all of those are in there. We have to have those checks cut like immediately so I can submit.
Okay. Discuss and
Do
approve.
you need a motion on that, I think?
I'll take a motion.
No, I know, because it'll be in the accounts payable. I mean, however you guys want to do it. And, we are getting that money again next year. So Eileen I've already been talking about that, and we've talked to Colby. We have to design a better way to do it. Not on the state side, on our side, because everyone's doing their own thing. It's extremely difficult for us to process. And it's a monthly thing. So we'll come back to y'all with recommendations on that before the big issue next year's money.
talking about money next year, will we be getting additional money for seasonal workers for summer help?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, we should be.
Okay, discuss and approve additional help for moving.
So,
What's this?
Colin, I guess, is not coming in to help me. He's,
I saw him at Candace, yes, Saturday. And he was talking about coming and helping,
yeah, I just texted him again yesterday and he hasn't.
Hasn't responded or said no?
but he's got a job during, I mean, he wants to come later in the afternoon, maybe, or in the evening and help with Lake Connor. But then I know, Jeremiah is going to be working in the evening, working on the show.
See, he hadn't communicated any of that. I told him it'd be daytime and he said that would work fine.
But some of your stuff, a little bit of your stuff.
A little bit.
I know it ain't-
It's all heavy.
I know,
It
I
is
know,
all
I know
heavy.
what you got back there.
So,
What's your plan?
well, Doug's son said he'd be willing to come in and help. And Jenna's brother said he would be willing to come in to help for the $15 an hour part-time rate we pay. And they would be willing to start tomorrow. They would have started last week, but that's gotta go to the commission meeting. It's obviously much, much cheaper than movers, and we really just need, manpower. There won't be any benefits or anything paid out. It'd be the $15 an hour plus FICA and those things we have to pay.
Right.
But, it would be worth it. Doug, Lily, and Isaiah and Chris and Gary did the assessor's office, but Chris and Gary were obviously only helping with the assessor's office, so Jeff can, it's just, there are other things that have to be done, like we can't just stop fixing stuff.
So will that be enough? Or do we need more?
Well, it's the only options I've got.
I like that. I
I'm
mean, I like that.
sure they
Just
would
bring
love to
people.
have more help, but that's,
I was gonna ask Jason, but I don't know if there's a conflict if he had people in his program,
The question is too, though, if they get hurt.
that would be willing. I understand that. You just have to, yeah, I understand.
yeah, because Joey and, oh my Lord, Carson would both be under our workers' comp insurance during this, but volunteers and stuff.
Volunteers or not. So I was actually gonna ask him, but I just haven't. Put my
We
mind.
had some people lined up to.
I do, but it's towards the end of January. I was hoping they could come and help move everything, but they're by then.
Yeah,
Yeah, darn.
maybe.
Have 26 college students coming.
Oh, you can't move them up to a month?
I couldn't, I tried to.
That'd be great.
We still might need help then, but really what they're doing, like Lauren's stuff, her books aren't hard to move. There's just a lot of them to move.
Yeah.
So I bought them, I didn't, you guys did, bought them 8 totes today to put like with rolly wheels on them, to put the books in, to take them to the trailer, to carry them over rather than loading, unloading, reloading. So, they got quite a few books did they get your land books done?
They were working on those. They had taken one load over and was able to do that during the family court break. They were loading the second one, but then they couldn't use the trailer.
So what do you do? Put them in the middle of the floor somewhere?
Yes.
And where the elections will be.
Okay.
So are you guys okay with?
I'm
Joey?
fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Colin too, because when I talked to Colin, he was,
I
Yeah.
thought they already approved him at the last meeting.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he did, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Was that a motion?
yes,
Soon.
yeah, I'll second it and I approve it also. Okay, discuss fair chance pricing for county clerk itself for relocation.
Hold on, let me.
This is what I don't like.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Okay. So we had gotten one approximate quote to move Lauren's shelves, from the people who are doing her high density vaults. He said it was gonna be around 25. I didn't get exact pricing like we talked about the previous meeting, because I wasn't sure how much you guys would be willing to go. Jeremiah was saying 5, 6, 7. I said 15. It came back at $18,422.25 for them to disassemble, reassemble.
How hard is that?
I was just gonna say, it's a lot harder than you think.
Go
These
for that, we'll look
shelving,
at that.
some of the shelving has been together for over 150 years. The bolts are rusted. Everything needs to be disassembled,
Probably new bolt.
And it's,
new bolts.
and
Well,
it's like-
actually,
it's-
he's Jeremiah informed me he will not be putting those old bolts back in no
It's
matter
straight-
what.
straight, like straight screwdriver takes, and then probably square heads on every side.
If you can get them out.
If you get them.
Mhm. And the whole units need to be taken apart in order to get through the door and get in through the door.
That'll, I'm surprised they're not little wooden pins you have to drive that.
And I did talk to them about time and
I ain't so sure the one showing isn't thin, so we would watch.
I did talk to them about time and material and that price being a not to exceed, and they said that price was a take it or leave it. So
Oh, take it or leave it.
it's not something they really want to do, but they
But it
also
will not
realize
exceed that, correct?
that is the fixed price, whether it takes them 2 days or 3 weeks, that's what it is. But I really wanted them to do, charge us for the time and materials it takes up to that amount, but. Cause Jeremiah's a pretty capable guy and Jake is too. I think once they get started, it's gonna be complicated, but I think they'll be able to move pretty quick, but. They said it's taken.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle, you're gonna take all these pieces apart and it's not going back the same way together, because the layout's not the same. So to try and figure out what unit's gonna go where and maximize the space.
So this is the maximum, right?
That is the absolute fixed cost, no matter what. That is the fixed cost to move these shelves. It won't go up and it won't go down.
We really don't know what choice.
That is the unfortunate part of this.
Yeah. I'll make a motion, we do it.
And I, we would also, we'll spend reluctantly, seems like a lot of money.
We're gonna have to tighten them.
If, I tell you, if I wasn't so overwhelmed with my work, I would let my guys come and, you know, you guys could pay them to do it. But I'm behind the 8 ball.
I think that's part of the problem. There's so much work out there.
Yeah.
So far behind that.
They are,
If
everybody.
if I'm gonna do this job, I'm gonna make money for it.
Right, exactly.
I think that's what happened with the amphitheater today too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, approve annual employee training schedule for March the 12th.
Okay, so I had Jenna look at the court schedule and all those kinds of things. The training we've been doing every year through West Virginia Corps. Wanted to schedule that for March 12th. That works okay for you all. I mean, and we'll send that out to Department of Ed if it's a major issue with any of them, but I figured it's 3.5 months from now. It shouldn't.
And that's training here.
It'll be either here or in the courtroom. We booked the courtrooms so that they wouldn't have court.
I meant Kai.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, there's no cost to it. WV Court just comes and does it. It's, we're probably gonna go back to the basics since almost everybody is new and just do the simple stuff like sexual harassment, cybersecurity. I think it's something, it doesn't cost us anything other than it's half the people out of the office, half the day and the other half out the other day, but I think when it comes down to it, it's a good practice that we are at least training people on the very basics, high liability, high stakes things, and WV Corps does it for free.
I'll make a motion, we approve that.
Approve it also.
That's also the West Virginia Association of Counties is March 10th through the 12th. Do we have to be there for that?
Their legislative conference,
Elected officials meeting, I guess.
well, that's not a good day then.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, I don't put the association.
is it the 10th? I don't have it on here.
10th through the
10th through
12th.
the 12th.
Or is it the 9th through the 11th? Usually they start on Sunday.
I have written down 10th through the 12th on that.
Okay.
In that calendar book.
Well, yeah, this isn't something we need to go to. The courthouse thing, employee thing isn't something we have to go to.
But if all the electeds are gone, none of them are going to send their staff here. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think.
Let's change it to another day then.
What are your thoughts, Laura? I mean, you know the other elects better than I do, but I feel like if.
It's budget time, I think.
Do you want to change it to the 19th the following week?
Yeah, I've just gotta check with, Justin,
Okay.
so the 19th,
Put this back onto the date for a second.
Yeah,
so. Maybe let me put that on.
You rescind your motion?
Yeah, I'm saying my motion then. Why don't I have it on there?
I could have wrote it down out of that
reread back.
Yeah.
I could have wrote it down wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't even have the association. I thought I put have the county commission association, but I don't have the association of counties on here. I don't understand why.
That was February 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does the Association of Counties have a .gov?
What's our switching, by the way?
I just talked to Jesse about it yesterday when I was doing our NCSR. And he said after the first year, they're open to give to us.
What is that, 23rd is,
Now, it won't be mineralwv.gov, it'll be mineralcountyww.gov, because the
County
.gov is
Commission
required.
Association. Is the 23rd to the 25th.
February.
February, yeah. It's February.
It says the Conference of Counties is March 2nd through the 4th for 2025.
Wow, that one is.
Are they all the same thing? I don't go to any of the Association of County stuff, so I don't know. Because their website says our 2025 Conference of Counties will be March 2nd through the 4th at the fantastic Embassy Suites Hotel in Charleston.
That says for 2025.
That's what it says.
March when?
We'll just leave it on there for the next meeting and
Yeah.
March
Find out for sure.
March 2nd through the 4th.
It's second to the fourth, and probably a little bit of.
Yeah, we'll put it on for the next meeting and just see what we can. 'Cause I definitely don't want to schedule it this, and it's possible our website hasn't been updated and they changed it, like. Okay. Well. To be.
To be determined. Okay, I discussed approve order confirming establishment and authority of Mineral County Development Authority and ratification of prior orders.
Okay, so every time the Development Authority wants to borrow money, you all have to confirm they exist. And the way you have to confirm they exist is by passing an order that says all of the previous orders were real and this order today is real. So I have the order. And they need that for their loan officer, so. If you guys can just, this isn't even, to be clear, this is not even you all approving them to finance anything. This is just you saying that they do exist and they are still the Economic Development Authority for the Mineral County.
Okay, do I have a motion to
Who
Done.
signs that?
All three commissioners and you.
sign the document and approve all the commissioners and Lauren to sign, establishing the Development Authority existence?
So moved.
Approve it also. Well, that was pretty simple. I'll tell Kevin that he exists now.
Well, I had to write a letter for the interim so that their financing wouldn't have to the cost. He's like, I need this today. It doesn't work that way.
That's your original.
Yeah, that's the original, we all the time.
Okay, so now we're down to accounts payable, honoration and estates. What?
Reports.
Well, unless you want to do reports. You want to go ahead and do the reports. Go ahead and do the reports first.
Okay, so. Did you, all three of you walk through the building? I can't even remember.
Yes.
Okay, so elected officials, commission walkthroughs. There is one space over there, in the building for the courthouse that we need to determine who's going in it. The office that is right off of the lobby for circuit court. At one point, we had talked about Jeff Conley, at one point, we had talked about Keith Anderson. I'd personally like to move Doug over there. But apparently Jeff was about to order furniture the other day and JJ called me, like, I can't confirm whose office that's going to be. The reason I would like to move Doug over there has nothing to do with Doug. It has to do with, I'd like to have that back room to be the maintenance room rather than them being 2 blocks from here. And it's a secured room that the tools that aren't in the truck could be locked in. They have a desk in their calendar, the land stuff here,
What are you gonna put in that big maintenance room downstairs then?
nothing.
I mean, there's so much room down there and all of the supplies, I mean, all the cleaning supplies and everything stored there.
Well, that's someone staying there.
Well, then why have them in two different places when you
They
have?
already come here every morning. They clock in here every morning. So they have to come here before they go there. And a lot of their supplies are in 911. In the shed.
Doesn't make sense to have all that space there that. And then to have Snoop dug out just to put them here, just to clock in.
They already come here to clock in.
That's
Okay,
what
where
I'm
would that
saying.
go?
What else do they need to do here when they're not sitting here? They're not just gonna sit in the office.
Right, but all the tools and everything would be here in this area, and they would leave from here every day.
You can lock that one room up in the back of them, once my stuff's out. That one room, the one room by the furnace rooms, my records are all coming out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could. I just feel like it makes more sense for the maintenance guys to be in this building.
Well, what would Tara think with him being clear down there when he's close to her office here now?
She doesn't care where he is.
She don't care?
Because they're already, maintenance is there, you got the courthouse, you got the law enforcement building on that side of the courthouse, you got annex on this side of the building. So they're already like there. They're gonna come all the way up here just to go all the way back down there.
They already come here and their trucks are parked here. Like, we're already storing the trucks, they're already coming here to clock in and everything. The trucks are here.
Just lock their tools, and there's space down there to lock their.
Where would you put the,
In that office that's outside of the circuit clerk waiting room. And not the circuit clerk waiting room, the circuit court waiting room. And no matter who you put in there, I mean, I think it makes more sense to have someone who carries a gun in that room, because it's right outside the lobby, since there won't be dedicated security at that point. And
Where is Jeff?
honestly, well, I don't know where we'll put him. He's in the law enforcement center right now.
Where is Keith?
Upstairs.
Keith is in the
Keith is still upstairs.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be made right now, but it was brought up and
Yeah, that's hold off a little bit here before we make that decision.
so I just gotta figure out what's going on with that space. We have a little bit of time, but. Yeah, cause I don't necessarily know where to put Jeff, but, Doug also spends way more time down there than he does here, cause whenever he doesn't have home confinement, he bailiffs. And he bailiffs a good bit. So,
well, it makes sense to have it there.
But you can still, even with moving dug down there, still leave maintenance. Down the courthouse. But once my records are out of there, they'll have that whole room to lock up all of their tools. And anything that needs to be secured.
yeah, because what happens right now is their tools disappear constantly. I'm not saying anyone's stealing them, but I do think people borrow stuff and it just never gets. put
Once those
back.
books are out of that room, you can take all that wood shelving out, that's a nice sized room.
Yeah,
You can put toolboxes in there,
Okay, we'll hold that
it's
decision.
already got a steel door on it.
Next meeting, or perhaps something like that.
okay. Let's see, so you guys already did the. Let me write that down.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, probably having Doug down. But, all right, let's go. Who's next?
Hold on, I wasn't.
You're not done.
I'm
not rushing you.
We did.
Hurry up.
Training. I actually am done.
Okay. Who's going? Let's go.
All right,
My calendar was full.
tell me about it. Are you ready? You got a full length pen? I was at Jeremy Taylor's funeral, funeral home visiting. I was at Jeremy's funeral. I had a health department meeting. I was at Jason and Joel's swearing in. I was up to Kim's mom also. Yeah. I was at Jerry's thing we had here on the 11th.
No, thank you all for that too.
I was at the Pearl Hollow meeting here at 1, and I was at the groundbreaking in Pearl Hollow. I was at Cody Pancake swearing in. I was at the firefighters meeting there on the 12th. I was at the ambulance authority meeting on the 12th. I had a trip to Region 8. And I went to the Christmas luncheon at the courthouse.
On the 13th, I was helped with the parade, the Parks and Rec. I was at the Burlington Cafe Christmas tree lighting. I had an aging and family services meeting. And I got a phone call yesterday evening to come down to the Burlington Library. They needed a Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
I was Santa Claus again. Yeah.
Good for you.
Some young kids watching YouTube, they're like, oh, that wasn't Santa.
What's that?
Some kid watching that on YouTube's going, oh, that really wasn't Santa.
Yeah, you just ruined it. You ruined.
Where was that at? On YouTube?
Well, no, right here. You confessed that you
Oh,
were
should have
Santa.
done. I forgot about that.
So now some little kids ruined his
Those
Christmas.
little kids are on, I tell you what, some little kid sits in this meeting on YouTube.
He's got.
He has no
he's-
life, does he?
Believe in Santa
He
Claus.
has no life.
The 11 unique viewers we get per meeting are probably not children.
But I tell you, it
He didn't
is,
break anyone's heart.
no, it is kind of neat to watch the smiles on them little kids.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's-
was that then?
Huh?
Burlington?
Library, yes,
Burlington
last night,
Library.
last night.
Okay. Gotcha, okay.
All right,
Let me back up here a second. Were all three of you at Jeremy's funeral?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, and all three of you were at Jason and Bill's swearing in, weren't you?
Yes.
And all three of you were at the Carroll Hollow meeting
Yes.
yes.
in the ground,
And the grandfather. That's two different things.
and the Cody swearing in,
Yeah.
Yes.
Cody's right.
and the Christmas parade.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there at the Christmas parade either. I was in town, I was at the American Legion.
Okay, so that's everything all three of you were at then.
No, firefighters meeting.
Oh, we were
Oh,
damn authority and
firefighter
firefighters meeting.
Okay.
All three of us for that. And, yeah,
Dutch and myself was at the Christmas luncheon.
yes, I did make a Christmas luncheon.
Yeah.
And Dutch and I were at, WV Corp meeting Monday and Tuesday.
I'm ready for that.
I forgot.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Met with Noel Weber on Thursday the 5th down at Ridgely, that was for that property. Potomac Highlands Airport Authority meeting. We met the Mineral County first applicants on Friday the 6th. It was also at the Health Department Mobile Unit photo.
That's right.
Okay, all three of us were
Yeah.
there for that. That was before Jeremy's funeral.
Yeah, it was 10 or 6, I'm sorry.
I was at a CBB board meeting. See, Jason's swearing in. Hold on, man. I'm going through stuff that we've already went through. Okay, LEPC meeting, Thursday the 12th. Yeah, courthouse employee Christmas dinner or luncheon. Friday, we also went to the football championship.
Oh,
in
yeah, that's right.
Charleston, and on that mention, I wanna extend the congratulations to Frankfurt Falcons for winning the state title, and a couple other facts with that, been 49 years since Mineral County has had a state football championship team. The last one would have been 1975 for Ridgely Blackhawks. And that was actually ironically the last year for Ridgely as well. That was a single A. And so in the past 49 years, there has been 3 football teams go to state playoffs. One at Kaiser went in 2012, Frankfurt went in 2014, and then this year 2024. So for a county that hasn't had much showing in the state finals over the past 50 years, this is a pretty big accomplishment for them. With that, while we was at the court meeting, I was talking with another commissioner from Mason County, and he was telling me some things that they do. They actually won single A state championship. And I really liked his idea, and I'd like to start something here. They do not a proclamation, what am I trying to think of?
Resolution?
Resolution. They do a resolution, basically it's like stating one day being the high school's day or something like that, or the football team's day. And then they also give a certificate to every member of that team. And even whenever, like if an individual, like a wrestling individual wins states, they get a little thing, the county commission does a thing for them, and it gives them a resolution and a little certificate. And I'd like to see us do that. I'd like to start with this fall sports and moving forward from here. It'd be next to impossible to go back and get other teams. Just to start here and move forward, I'd like to see us do something like that. So I'd ask Luke about these certificates. You can buy these certificates, nice certificate in a folder. I mean, we could buy, would you tell me, like 60 or
150.
150?
We can get 150, well, 250 folders and 200 of the paper for like 111 bucks. But it just depends on how many kids are on the team, on how many we need. But
Yeah.
that would give us money to have in stock.
Yeah, that one in stock, then we can do them down the road and we can write our own resolution. Luke can write up a resolution for each team or anything that happens. So I would like to see us do that, and maybe our next meeting will have a resolution wrote up if you guys are okay with that.
I think it should start with Frankfurt's championship now.
Yes.
And the commissioner from Mason County said that they would either bring the team into the commission room or courtroom or something like that, or even possibly go to the school. Commissioners go to the school and have the press there and announce the proclamation and congratulate them on their victory. And I thought it was
Yeah,
probably, because there's so many people with it'd be different if a wrestler or a track champion.
For the football team, you have 33 players, 11 coaches, 1 trainer, 2 managers. So it'd be hard to fit all in.
But that would be great, and one thing it does, it brings a little bit of the community together, the commission with the school. Because most people don't know what we do, and most people don't even see us, don't even know who we are. So this will be great, starting with the Frankfurt Championship. And
Well, if that's something y'all want to do, I can get with Dutch right after and get the stuff ordered, and we can.
I'm in favor of it.
Good too. Let's do that. We'll get together after the meeting's over.
All right.
And also on the subject, to come home, let's stay down there Friday night, come home Saturday. And the team come home Saturday morning, well, afternoon as well, and we got together, fire trucks and stuff. I was actually almost home, and Colby had called me about something else, Colby Simpson, and he was telling me they was getting the trucks ready to go, and I said, well, you got a room on your apparatus for a county commissioner? He goes, oh, yeah, absolutely. So I drove down to the fire hall. They let me get on one of their fire engines and rode down, met the team when they come across on the bus, and we went through Wally Ford, down to Ridgely, circled around, come back out through Wally Ford, clear Short Gap, clear down to Fort Ashby, circle around and come back to the school and say, put the word out. And there was hundreds of people on that football field to meet the people, meet the team. And I don't know how many people was along the road. It just seemed like, every time you turn your head, there was somebody else standing alongside the road waving, and that was really a good experience to ride on that truck and do that. That was really, so my thanks goes out to Short Gap for letting me climb on the truck with them and being able to be a part of that, so.
Yeah, Colby called me and I thought he said you drove the truck.
No.
Yeah, he called me about it. And I thought for sure, he said, Dutch asked if he could drive the truck. And I thought, well, he's capable.
Well, what was funny was while I was on there and we was waiting for the team to come, they're trying to coach me into becoming a member because they need drivers, I guess. They, oh, you can drive this, you can drive it. Well, I probably can, but I ain't got time. So anyway.
Thought you were gonna say they got a call, you had to go put a fire out.
No, and then, the West Virginia court meeting, that's about it. Other than, tons of phone calls, about the opioid stuff with Dr. Kurbos and, or with that money and, and I don't know what else. Geez, it's been, past 2 weeks have been a whirlwind. Past couple months have been a whirlwind. Seems like,
No, I don't remember December being this busy, but it is.
It's usually supposed to be a slow time of year.
Yeah, right.
It's supposed to be a slow time of year, and it's not.
So anyhow, I was at pretty much everything except I wasn't at the courthouse luncheon. I went to Bowles Funeral Home to visit Kim and pay respects to her mother. And, like I say, Dustin and I we were out of town at WV court meeting. That's why we moved the commission meeting to the day. I think that's probably it. Yeah, other than fielding phone calls, my phone hasn't stopped. But, yeah, that's it. Lauren, do you have a report you would want to mention? I'm sure you haven't been busy.
Election's over, she's not doing
She
anything
should be busy, should you? Election's already done.
Yeah, we're just doing year-end stuff now. It's just kind of go from one thing to the next, so.
Okay, then we got the regular accounts payable. Exoneration and.
Oh, wait, okay, so we've already noted that the next meeting is the second, excuse me, at 9 AM.
You got
Bring your
that, Jason,
calendars,
right?
bring your calendars, and then we are having a special meeting on Friday. This Friday, December 20th at noon to open and discuss the bids for the health department annex project.
Right,
That's at 12 o'clock, right? And Kim got a hold of me from Region 8, she can't be here.
okay, it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought we were postponing because of her.
Well, she can't be here, she said something else, I don't know if she's sending somebody down, she might send
Or
somebody.
by Zoom.
yeah,
They had to postpone it because she didn't get the wage rates till the top issue.
You want me to ask her, if she wants to send- I'll ask her to see if she sends.
Well, we'll post it to YouTube.
These exonerations say the 17th, but she's gonna correct that.
okay. I just wanted to make a note, Roger. Look over there, Jason, he's got a computer, Dutch's got a
I can't
computer.
afford one of them.
You're gonna be
I
left
got a
out.
phone. I got a
You're gonna be out. See, it was you and I just
I know.
double painted.
I'm not up on.
And he was the only one with electronics. Now Jason has his.
You guys keep.
So you're gonna look like an oddball.
I am, I'm an oddball anyway. Sorry. Keep me up.
It states and these are.
No, no,
I'm not up on that thing.
Neither mine.
So with that being said, I wanna, just commemorate that this is Jerry's last regular, maybe we'll have a special Friday, but our regular commission meeting, this is Jerry's last regular commission meeting, and thank him for all the service that he's done over the past 12 years and, everything he showed me over the past 2. Really appreciate working with him.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're gonna miss it, aren't you?
He wants to say he's not, but he's about.
Somewhat, yeah.
He keeps saying he's gonna come in here and heckle us, sit in the audience and heckle.
I am. I'm not gonna make the first meeting, but I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna be in the back. Gonna be yelling. That's not the decision I would make.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And you can always.
It is touching, you know, I'm gonna,
Roger will find you $50 and kick you out.
No.
yeah.
No.
12 years, a long time.
It is.
Good money.
It
Yeah,
is.
we do need money, especially if you spend money like we did today.
Well, when I came in office, day 17, I agreed to a $7 million loan, so.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Liz, I was gonna give, write an article and give you paper thanking. Show my appreciation to the county.
Just a Tuesday paper next week and the week after because of the holiday.
Okay, thank you.
Something that somebody just gave you to get.
Much deep reading.
But, yeah.
I know, me too. Good Jennifer Buckley, last time. Who? Yeah, one time. 。 troubleshoot data on a generator, that's a good time. Install new control, perform initial calibration. That's kind of money you made, no? Why should it be that high?
I don't know. What was that one for?
It's electric bill for Patterson Creek Tower, I think. That doesn't use much electric.
Which one's the main shed?
Meeting shed, that's my shed, my record shed.
So you'll be able to get everything out of those sheds, right?
No,
What?
no.
It's the second one down. Look at the second one down.
Might have to put more stuff in the shed.
Man.
Why is it so high? Now, they were having issues, but there's a bill in there for $4,000 to fix those issues, so I wonder if that was causing the electric bill to go up.
Look compared to this one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Knobley Tower.
Yeah. If we can know what the problem is going on with that one.
So how close are you to retirement?
Probably about August, I'll be gone next year.
Really?
Yeah.
You looking forward to it?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
not thinking about it?
No, I think about it every time we get some time off and I think it's, what it's gonna be
I
like.
know, I know, I do too, you know, like. Get a day off, you think, hey, I think I could get used to
I get
this.
used to this. But I do wanna tell you, I appreciate, all the times you were there when I had questions that you probably didn't wanna answer, but you did anyway. But
No, I appreciate
you were
you.
always available and I appreciate that very much.
It's been an honor to serve the city. Really has.
No, we should be good. Okay.
Now you called Dr. Roger. Jason.
Hmm.
I said, now she'd call you if you had a question about a commission meeting or about something.
I changed my number.
Uh-oh.
I changed my.
Change your phone number. Sometimes that might be smart.
I had talked to Dutch and Jason, and they both would like to have county commission email addresses. Roger, do you want an official county email address?
Not really. I got enough. I got two of them now I gotta keep up with. I don't really need three.
Roger's saying
Six.
You got six?
6 emails?
You're glutton for punishment.
There is no.
I think I'm close to 6 emails too.
You're kidding. You guys serious? I got.
There is no way.
They all come to the same spot, but it's easy.
Yeah.
Go to separate them out.
Well, I always keep my phone on me, but I was working and we were setting trusses last week or week before, I can't remember. And so I was gonna be up on a piece of equipment and wouldn't be able to answer my phone. Yeah, so I put it in the car, truck. And then when it's time, when my shift was over and I went to my thing, you wouldn't believe how many calls you missed and how many texts and how many emails. Shit, this is horrible. So then you spend the next hour or two making return phone calls.
Well, that drawdown's a little higher.
Yeah, it's because we're at substantial completion on the annex. Wow. The last, and part of their retainage is in there.
How would that thing work? That email?
You would just set it up on your phone.
And you would, instead of just getting emails under Roger Leatherman, you get them under.
I'm gonna do like Commissioner Whitlock, Commissioner Staggs, and
Who else gonna have it?
just you.
No.
Anybody sends them.
Oh, anybody you give it to.
It's usually the email that's posted on like public sites.
Yeah.
But I figure like for Jason, it makes more sense for him to have it as soon as he starts, because then he knows from the beginning.
Then you know
Right.
that it's
We have-
commission related or county
For
related.
the commission, we have a media one, we have information, and so. Like, you have all those separate categories.
When Doc was here, he had a separate phone. Of course, he paid for it himself, but it was just a county, a phone that he just answered county calls.
Yeah,
I don't.
Didn't deal with
want to set it up, but
Well, if you're not gonna use it, I don't wanna pay.
Well,
for
I'd
it.
probably
If you're gonna
use it.
use it, then
I'd probably use it for something statewide.
It's like $100 a year.
for email address.
$100 a year to get another email address.
Yeah,
Won't they use what I got?
no,
You know how many, I don't have my other phone.
Well, to have them with the custom domain costs money, it's not like,
I don't really need it.
well, if you don't want it, I won't.
I don't want it.
I gotta pay for mine if I need to, separate.
I mean, I think all of the other elected officials have email addresses. I don't think it's unreasonable for the county to pay $100 for an email address. I think it's
With all the
well
money,
within what,
with the money we spend today, we need to save some money.
you know, Dutch and I went away and stayed at the Greenbrier, didn't cost the county a dime.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So we're paying for it. We're paying for it through the insurance, right?
Well, probably all tied in now.
yeah, if they had it at the Best Western, or they would have more profits to show at the.
Yeah, or like Super 8 or something like that, yeah. Of course, they might not have people show up.
That's. I did talk to Global and once they transition us to a .gov to, let us know what would be involved and for them to, oversee our email rather than me. Cause it's a lot every time there's a problem to try to.
The electric bill to law enforcement building, $2,600.
What's the date range on that?
That's all right. Let me look, one.
Let's go probably start back up.
Last month's bill was $2,052. This one was 26. It's amount and it's the last one was billed out of December the 16th. This one for January, but I'm trying to look at the date.
Is the gas bill in there? Cause that's what I don't understand is the majority of the new usage should be gas usage, not.
Is the heat set up off gas? Or is
Should be,
it,
that's what every other building is.
I mean, is that the units they put in, it was gas unit?
Okay, here, okay, November's usage was 27,000 kilowatt. The December 52,000.
Does it have a heating component to it?
I don't know if, yes, I guess it would.
That's what I'm
It
asking.
was pretty cold last month.
You know, I would think.
But
they
it's
would
more
put
than the
gas
courthouse,
first.
and the courthouse is not energy efficient at all.
Yeah, but I bet that electric.
And the bad part about it,
It's just electric heating though.
Electric is going up.
Resistance.
but no, we actually have gas heat.
Well, I'm asking him, maybe we don't, maybe it is electric and I don't. We put new gas meters on all the buildings, my assumption was that was because. The gas appliance is being
You
installed.
guys messing with me. My pin's going.
Is it this blue one right here?
No, that's Roger.
Right by your water bottle underneath your, right there.
I
Are you gonna clean your drawer out?
already did. Some of my glasses.
Shit.
Nope.
Phone for. No, didn't.
My guys messed with me there. One job we were on, I always have gloves. And my right glove was always missing.
This one's.
They were always fooling, and they said they weren't, but how come I only have left glove?
You were in your.
I emailed, cause Cindy asked, I emailed Alicia and asked if they could send it to me today.
Huh?
I don't think it generates.
No, that's yours. No, I won't need that anymore. I got another one.
But Alicia or Craig
I didn't know if you
are supposed to email it to me when it generates. That's up to
No, no, you can have it.
Yeah.
So you have 21 as well.
I give Cindy.
Okay, well,
Okay.
You can take it.
Are they cool today?
I don't think there was, there's not, there's family court, that's why I didn't move any furniture.
Those big tank tests.
Say what?
I'm not sure yet. Her office is the only one that's like up in the air-ish on when it'll get its final move, but in theory, the week of the 6th.
Move what?
Your desk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. That's the week you move at Shelby, so.
Yeah, that's what I don't, the other 2 offices will be moved, but hers will just have to go. Play by ear.
Oh, there it is. Okay, here's drawdown 21 for. The courthouse project, this needs to have a separate motion, it is for $713,858. So that needs to be part of the minutes there. Under courthouse update and approval to pay for that,
Okay, so I have a motion to approve
pay out 21.
pay down 21 for $713,851.71.
How much?
7.75 million, $713,858.71.
So moved. We gotta pay it.
I approve that also.
I'll second it.
So did you get the Senate position?
Oh, I don't know. They're doing interviews tomorrow, and then they'll come up with a list, 3 names,
And who picks, the governor?
governor ultimately.
The current one or the, the new one?
Timing is such that justice is,
Oh,
gonna still be in office.
well, you know what? I wish you the best. I hope you get it.
Well, whatever happens will be the best, and just go from there.
Good part about that, you don't have to campaign
Every 4 years.
every 4 years.
Well, it comes up for election again in 2 years.
Well, I know, yeah, but so would you
That's
be.
3 times the territory.
So would you be.
Everybody have a good Christmas.
And you too, and thank you for the other day, for the proclamation, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Oh,
that.
wait till you find out how much it costs to frame that. You won't be thanking me.
Haven't checked on that yet, haven't had time, but I'll do it. Thanks, Liz.
You all have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Now this way, don't get wet. There you go.
I think technically
Merry
there's 15
Christmas,
days,
guys.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
I'm going to.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Okay, which would probably put it just before the end of the year. I think he resigned officially.
I saw that.
It's on the
In
10th.
Winglers.
So that'd be like Christmas Day.
So how-
Between Christmas and the end of the year. Wow.
You got overtime,
Then we find out.
11 hours, 12 hours every day,
Well,
except for
current will be the.
What about his regular
at that
shift?
Time.
Over.
Okay.
That's the explanation.
Then we shall see. All right.
Great for wisdom.
Yeah, I don't have the answers, but I do know whatever happens.
Election day, he did.
Oh, there's a plan.
There's a firm.
Figure it out.
Interview supervisor data.
Take care, guys.
Have a nice Christmas. Okay, so here, okay, interview supervisor, I mean, that's his normal shift, right? Shouldn't this be his normal shift? We're doing an
That's what I'm
interview.
saying. What about the school? How does he get 8 and 11 hours of overtime every day and still work for the regular 40-hour week? I don't understand that.
Missy?
Missy, her number. I have some, got some.
And plus, this comes over, so you don't know where one shift started to. So
What's
there you
Out
go.
of 15 days, he
Um,
has,
It depends.
he has, 11 days of
Technically, it's
overtime.
main officer.
That's
We usually go
And not
all
just a
board.
few hours every day, it's.
Also,
Well, 10 hours,
Like
11
their
hours,
call
12 hours,
signs
8 hours
for,
overtime
How do you
in a
get,
day.
I don't understand how they you
work
get 11-hour shifts, he gets 12 hours overtime.
their,
Yeah, how's that?
like their
how's that
call
work?
signs for dispatch.
He shouldn't even be getting-
W2 golf board and 1 dog board and 2, but.
He
they're
should not
main
even be getting-
officers technically.
He wanted to ask Colby to.
I'll tell you.
Zillow or Zulo or whatever.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah, tell him.
yeah. I just texted your number.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
this holiday is scheduled.
Went to World Vision and they had all these dog beds and they threw them all in the truck. I threw them out, kept 4 of them. Thought she might want them, so.
Well, what about his?
Yeah, might as well. A lot of the soft stuff she ends up just having to throw away. Is it, are they just soft?
Yeah,
stuff?
should he
Oh,
be doing
soft, but they're brand
during
new.
the regular shift?
Yeah, I'm sure she's overtime. We have.
Or cat, they're technical cats, but you could zip off the top.
Regular boys.
That
not gonna
would be
be
good dog, too.
really.
Yeah, we, with that grant, she actually just bought a bunch of grants.
It's not right.
Get them off the
Okay,
property dumpster,
so
she needs
in
or something.
those 7 days, he worked 81.25 hours.
In 7 days? Of overtime.
Well, that's what he worked. So anything over 40
So in 1
is
week,
overtime. And he had to cover shifts on 2 of those days. Like he said before, he's been there 21 years. He doesn't want to work this overtime.
Oh, he wants it.
If the guys aren't working it, then somebody's got to.
I know exactly why he's working it too.
I mean, here he had to stay over, he had a service he's on, and, he's assisting Kaiser PD. So. Those aren't 8-hour days, so when you add them all up, I mean, it.
lunch.
Well, those are all the salary enhancement ones that we was telling you about to be spent for the. You said before December.
Yeah, I spoke to the OEMS director and he said, get it to the people now. It'll be okay. So.
And Lauren, another, I don't wanna make you upset, but another thing I wanted to say that I noticed. Buddy was away at training a week or so ago. Was the county paying for that?
You have to have so much service training for certification.
But he's leaving office in a couple weeks. So what was the training? Just didn't seem right to me.
Just their providers. I don't know exactly, but.
Oh, this is going out for that state stuff.
Oh, yes, it's
Gotcha.
state money.
All right.
We have to list every dollar we expend
All right.
to people. Which is Jennifer or Delaney from Greater Cumberland Committee ever reached out to you?
We, put that. About,
Well, we quit paying dues a while back.
Yeah, I remember. It's one
But they were
about-
gonna schedule something and they never did, and I was just curious.
well, they were
if
supposed to call me when they had a meeting, but no, they've never called me.
I just got a ton of invitations from them for meetings, that's why I was curious.
No, they've never called me because I contacted them and I said, you know, I'm not called for those meetings. I'd like to be involved. But they've never called. So apparently over the last year, they never had a meeting. What is that for?
The Greater.
Greater Cumberland Committee. They were instrumental with trying to promote the north-south highway.
Okay.
And but I don't even know who's in charge of it now.
It's Jennifer Walsh. It's kind of like a beefed up Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, Florida.
It was basically a bunch of private people with money that said, you know, we have some priorities that we want to see happen. And they formed this committee and it's been, well, it's not a bad thing at all. They've gotten some things accomplished, but as far as
They really
they've
pushed.
accomplished for Mineral County, we've not.
There was one gentleman there, I can't think of his name, he was really adamant about getting traction for the north-south highway. He would come to the Mineral County Day but I don't think he's involved anymore. But yeah, they were supposed to contact me, I didn't talk to Jennifer, but I talked to somebody under her, and they said they would keep me in the loop. They haven't called me on for a year.
Well, that north-south border is pretty much done.
It's dead, but I'd still like to went to some of the meetings.
Yeah.
So we don't pay them dues?
No, you gotta stop. Last year,
Maybe that's probably why they never called me.
we had a discussion about it in a commission meeting.
How much were dues?
I wanna say somewhere between 500 and 1,500 a year. I can't remember. It's been several years ago.
I think I remember when we quit paying them because of,
But like WVDOH even stopped participating in north-south corridor discussions,
right,
so.
the north-south corridor is not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Where's corridor HQ's done it? They
Now, maybe.
They may.
I was at a meeting with Department of Highways and they told me, this was in Charles, they told me flat out, we're not gonna start another highway until a quarter inch is done. And it's still years away from being completed.
They got.
It is. Yeah, I know, me too.
You can't. You take this and then there's 2 weeks there, so you
Well, they
get
did
another
this year, too.
80 hours of regular work for 2 weeks. And you got 195 hours
Let me see that.
in 2 week period. I don't, maybe I'm missing something, but my math ain't mathing.
I don't think they want us to stay for the contracts. What do you think?
Do not stable the contracts.
You see, he's supposed to be a 5-day-a-week employee. He even told somebody that.
It's not working over it, that's not, I don't know.
Tom said it's both gas and electric. He'd like to have the electric and gas bills since they moved in a year before construction, so I'll be with Cindy on that.
Okay. So it does have gas in it then, for heat.
Right.
And there should be, well, that'd be a position.
Something ain't right.
No. Because it should be a highly efficient building.
Yeah.
What do you think? That's double or triple the size?
What's that?
At least double.
law enforcement.
Oh, at least double.
You think it's triple?
Oh,
I don't think it'd be triple, would it?
Maybe 2.5 times.
That's what I think now, once there's like 4,500 square feet, if I remember right.
How big is that building?
I have no idea.
I don't think it's true. It's bigger than what you think.
Call,
Of course, you can't really go but the up and down because the downstairs is a lot bigger than the up now.
Yeah.
call, Tom, yeah. Call Tom. Sorry, Lauren,
That's what, I just told you I thought it was gone.
but
Oh, you
it's
mean
how many square feet? Yeah. it's how-
Oh, he's gonna have to look it up the same way I can.
He'll know. I bet he'll know.
It sounds like it switched over to electric, take off gas.
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's no way, break the building insulated. That thing shouldn't be that much.
And if it's, sad part about it, if it's that much now, wait till next year.
Wait till January, February, the coldest month.
Well-
And the rates are going up.
Rates going up.
Do they have windows or doors that somebody could have broke a window or?
No, I don't think they broke the window.
No, it's like security glass. Even if the window was broken, it would still be sealed.
And I've been watching the night when you leave, the lights seem turned down good. We have to say.
Put on sign. There's a couple items.
Well, that was not-
Let's go through the county commission. Okay, you gave me a look at the one. Oh, okay. That's
And then those two bills there. for the Yes.
You want that. There's nothing to stick somebody.
I had a bunch of these in my drawer, Jason. So when some of those bills come by, you wait for here.
You wipe your teeth.
When they're that big.
Thank you.
You know, I don't think you all used to get out in years.
They're here, but I haven't hit anybody with them.
I guess with the glass top, they got right here.
Yeah.
You keep your gap.
No, it's not mine. They were here when I came. There's actually two.
Is there like thing to beat it off of in there?
No,
I know what we don't use it.
there should, well, yeah, there is.
Okay, I was gonna say one good slide. But let me last one.
Two.
Well,
I don't.
I don't know what you use it for.
I don't get cleaning that stuff. And bacon and eggs, I don't know how to justify that. I really don't. Other than abuse.
Who do we need to ask about this?
Well, the sheriff, actually.
Where's he at?
He's in charge of it.
Yeah, Linda might be over there too.
Because, just to clarify, these hours are listed here are just overtime hours.
No, hours worked. Top row is hours worked, period.
Second.
So
page.
this is overtime.
That's all it is.
This isn't,
That's
Oh.
hours worked. No matter what,
See, he
they have to
gets,
put their hours
he
worked
gets
on the top
overtime
row.
anything over 40.
okay,
And that's when we added this section right here, these 7 days right here, totaled 81.25
So
hours.
what he has, here's what he's got. He's got 8 hours of straight time, 48 hours of overtime.
This page shows what was worked in the hours that were.
okay, so that helps me understand. I thought this time was listed was all the overtime that he worked.
That's hours worked,
So-
period,
So he worked 115 hours in a 2-week period.
yes. And in those 7 days was a total of 81.25 just in those 7 days. Because he had to cover shifts 2 different days.
Well, I'll tell you, our overtime money.
And then some.
It's gone. I don't know what, I don't know.
Well, and Thanksgiving had 3 days, I mean, days of holiday. So, and on top of that, you had Veterans Day.
This wasn't even
No, that was just
Oh, serious?
election day and November day, November day.
November Day.
Veterans Day and election
And
day.
I'll tell you, He and Roger were in uniform. No, I don't know about the Christmas parade, I didn't see, but the last parade, he and Roger in uniform, it was night. And of course, Roger works night, but
Being right around the corner, I think.
Well,
Right.
generally, when you say for parade,
yeah.
generally they are for patrol.
That's what we're having problems over there with the elevator thing. too, which makes it
This is
coordinated.
missing,
And it's got walls and everything underneath it, so. I didn't expect that. Yeah, I think the only way to ever truly fix this is if, and I thought about it later, it would have been better. I mean, before they even, but of course, there any new town. It would have looked weird from the outside. This would have been all instead of panels, put the bathrooms, this in the building. And the commission room in the back. But all the plumbing was already back there, but we had to dig up this floor anyways, like we had to, we had, yeah. It'd be, needed to just do it like this way, then people come in and fix this and I think. Oh, you mean with the desks that way? Well, we initially talked about that, the only reason we didn't was that it wouldn't be weird, people have to walk down the back to the back. Yeah, no, that's, I think that would have been really good too. We all think that this would be positive.
Next, for beginning of 2025.
We may need to get creative one.
Being good.
It's a stained glass, so the noise really comes through. the house.
There's gas bill, $187 for a law enforcement building.
I wonder if I wonder if the heat pump runs when it's most efficient, like when the heat pump can do it and then the gas only kicks in. Usually that's how.
the system don't seem very efficient at all.
No, it doesn't.
Well, how much did the gas bill used to be now?
Well, I don't know.
Like it was all a gas furnace before.
My heat pump kicks over at 40 degrees to gas.
Mine is 35.
Okay.
35 and 35 down, it kicks the gas. But that's when my other heat kicks on, and you don't want to burn. Cause I got a wood heat kicks on when it gets under 35.
That's nice.
Whenever you all are ready, we're going to.
Okay.
No, but it's something we're still recording and all that.
The city council really puts us on a water bill too, don't they?
Oh, that's. My house is about almost $100 now for water and sewage.
I pay $150 a month for New Creeks.
150.
Well, New Creek Water and New Creek, I pay 75 to each every month.
They're two separate entities.
Wow.
There's 168 to the public authority, 4066 to public authority sewer, and then $19 commercial fire fee. $227.
What building's that for?
Mhm.
What building's that for?
Law enforcement.
How do they use that much water?
How much was the water?
This says 2,400 gallons, if I'm reading this bill right.
Oh,
At the sheriff's department?
Yeah.
that's less than what I use in my house.
Yeah, it's less than, it's pretty
So
low.
it's just the tap fees.
So are they charging that much because it's a commercial building?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
The old city of Gaza.
They're helping us out. Yeah. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the account payable, so moved,
Empty purchase orders.
and the purchase orders, second, and we're all reluctant on the overtime. Leave that also. I'm reluctant on all of it. How about, motion to approve the exonerations? There's only-
Second on the generation.
Second, and motion to approve the. How many states did we?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
You just signed it.
That's not a sign. Motion to approve the estate. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I second.